Fam. What's up? It's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys joining us, and I am joined in the afternoon by the one, the only Miss T. Say what's up, T.
Defeated?
Yes, we got T in the house. T, you can just pull that mic. There you go. See, we got T up in the house. Yes. All right, so I'm up here. T is right here, and we can take that bumper down. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys joining us right here on Bama Football on YouTube, and special thanks to all of our fan funders for becoming fan funders. Only $2.99 to support the product. You get access to special emojis, exclusive videos, and you fan fund the entire staff. So yeah, I got T up in the house. You've been waiting for the camera, so here is T. And yeah, we're gonna go through a couple items, and then at 6 o'clock, I'm kind of leading off on the quick hit, and then we got Merrill coming in, and Merrill's been doing a great job, T.
Yeah, he's been getting really great feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely have Merrill coming through, and excited to be here. All right, so let's get right into it. Here are the topics that we're going to go over for the next 15 minutes as we lead up to Merrill coming in. And who is Keon Sabb? There's been a lot of talk about him. Absolutely a big-time target that just entered the transfer portal today. Already following the staff. A lot of people really excited about him. We're going to talk about him. Mason Short has a top 4. That does not include Alabama, which is interesting because he was committed to Alabama. I've heard that he's been a Georgia lean this whole time. Also had Kentucky in his top 4. And I think because Eric Wolford, I don't know. We'll touch on that. We'll hit on a couple other topics as well. You know, Roll Tide Willie, I don't know if you guys saw, but he linked up with Ryan Williams on an NIL deal. So Alabama doing a lot of different creative things in the NIL space. And what's up, everybody? I see everybody inside the comment box. Thank you very much for being here and supporting us right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And if you are interested to become a fan funder, just hit the hyperlink above the screen. Only $2.99. Yes, the TCAM. That's what they're calling it, the TCAM.
I like it.
Yeah, I like the TCAM. All right, yeah, the TCAM has been activated. Okay, so let's go talk about a very intriguing prospect. But before we do that, let's pay a quick bill. Residence Inn, Ocean City, Maryland. Guests can book at residenceinnoc.com. Use the promo code LPR for special pricing. That is LPR for special Bama pricing, up to 20% off. All right, we're going to try to get Coach Smook posted up there. Okay, and before we talk about an intriguing prospect that hit the transfer portal, Dustin Hodge coming in with the 20 spot. Man, appreciate you. Roll Tide from the West Side. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Give me a thank you, T.
Yeah, thank you, Dustin. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. What's up, Ty? Appreciate you checking in. Look, the beer wall. T, do you know anything about the beer wall here at the Joe?
No.
So the baseball stadium has a beer wall, and it's built by the students that watch the baseball games. And, you know, throughout the game, they build up the beer wall. Okay, so Alabama baseball is taking place right now. They're playing Manhattan College, which is a private institution from New York. And Alabama baseball off to a really hot start. Currently leading 4-0. Look at this graphic right here. The graphic department is so fire. Like, this is one of my favorites so far. So Alabama baseball leading right now 4-0. I think it's like the top of the 4th. So we'll keep you put. I know we have a bunch of baseball fans. Softball's in action. Alabama basketball plays tomorrow at 11 a.m. We will talk on that before I bounce out. Okay, so recruiting, right? The big thing about Kalen DeBoer is how is he going to recruit and how is he going to use that transfer portal, right? Well, today, finally, got some transfer portal action. So Matt Zenitz broke the scoop. No surprise. Michigan defensive back Keon Sabb entered the NCAA transfer portal. Chris Hummer, and I have learned, that's Matt Zenitz at 24/7 Sports, posted 28 tackles last year, 2 interceptions this past season, was a class 2022 top 100 prospect. And this is intriguing for a lot of different reasons. I mean, I think when you zoom into the detail, and we're going to show a couple slides that talk a little bit about Keon Sabb. And by the way, he's already following Malachi Moore and Imani Jackson on the social media. Coach Smook hit us up with that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're glad to have the TCAM up for sure. Look, this guy is this is an intern at Tide 100.9, but pieced together this nice little post on social media. It said, on Friday morning, Matt Zenitz confirmed that Michigan safety Keon Sabb has entered the transfer portal. Alabama is being viewed as an early landing spot for the New Jersey native. I even saw New Jersey, like a Rutgers site said, maybe Keon Keeley will come here. I don't think he's going to go to Rutgers. Alabama is being viewed as the early landing spot for the New Jersey native. Sabb has two younger brothers, Xavier and Amari, both are which being recruited by the Alabama coaching staff. Nice work, Brody Smoot. No way, Smoot. This is Brody Smoot on here, like Smoot and Smook. You know what I'm saying? Sabb was previously recruited by Michigan. By Alabama general manager, Sabb was previously recruited by Michigan's general manager, Courtney Morgan. We saw that on 24/7. Needless to say, that should certainly help Alabama's chances of landing him. So that is something that we are certainly tracking. And I think it is something that we are going to track, keep tabs of. Honestly, I think that is definitely trending Alabama's direction. And when I started to do a little bit more digging, you see that Keon Sabb is a sophomore. He is 6'1". He is 208 pounds, and he plays free safety. And I was looking at the Pro Football Focus analytics, and I started to dive into it a little bit more, and it got more intriguing as I kind of dug into it, because he had a pretty nice season last year, and you're going to see some Pro Football analytics in just a second. And he had here he was in 2022 as a prospect. He was a top 100 prospect. Let me get to the Pro Football Focus grades. Okay, let's pause right here. So Pro Football Focus is an analytic system which provides you some analytics to look at. And you see the total amount. That means how many snaps he played. Okay, so up top against East Carolina in the beginning of the season, he played in 45 snaps, and then he played in 49 against UNLV. All the way to the back. This is the interesting part right here. He played in 61 snaps, and he had a coverage grade of 83.9, and his defensive grade was 82.3. And I believe he had 2 interceptions in that game against Purdue. So, I mean, look, I like it. I think that considering Alabama's secondary had 11 guys into the transfer portal, this is an area that you need to load up in. Now, he is a free safety. And you kind of look at the safeties that Alabama has. And as you pointed out, Tink, Courtney Morgan was Sabb's main recruiter at Michigan. So I think that could be the really good connection right there. Now, who is that free safety for Alabama right now at this point in time? Well, there's no real depth chart, but you would think in some of the diagrams that we've drawn up, it's been maybe a Tony Mitchell back there. I know Malachi Moore can play all over the fields. So I think this would be a really big get if Alabama is able to get this prospect. And that's kind of what we're headlining with going into the 6 o'clock is who is Keon Sabb.
Is it Sabb or Saab, like the car?
Huh.
Like, because isn't S-A-B-B, or is it S-A-A-B that's the car? Saab.
Yeah, Sabb.
Yeah.
Right? Is it 2 A's on Sabb?
I think so.
We could look that up real quick.
Well, JG's saying it's like the car.
Sabb. I like that. Keon Sabb.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll
with
Sabb.
Sabb.
Okay. Yeah, Sabb. Okay, like the car. Okay, cool. Who is Keon Sabb? All right. Cool. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. It's Sabb. S-A-B-B. Okay. Yeah, Saabs are actually they're good cars.
I don't know anything. I've heard that.
I know this because one of my boys who lives up in Boston, he drives a Saab.
Really?
Yes, and he loves it.
They're not huge like in the States, right? And it's kind of
isn't it I want to say, is it a Swedish?
I'm not sure.
I think it might be.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, but anyways, we be interested, in Sabb. So Keon Sabb is someone that we are certainly tracking. Yeah, look, see, Jasmine. Damn, these comments.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's Swedish made. Yeah. Okay. Sabb is my favorite car. Had 3. They don't make them anymore. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I thought they discontinued them.
Yeah. Huh. And they're expensive to fix. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's Swedish for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hard to find parts.
They make planes now. Huh. Sabb gone. Wow. To see this is.
Yeah, they know everything. It's wild.
This is why they are the undefeated. Is like, like you could go off on any type of topic.
Yeah, and they're like, they know it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you. So kind of going back to the Pro Football analytics, you see that, I mean, he performed really well in the national title game against Alabama. He only got on the field in 5 different snaps. But, yes, exactly. Chat is like AI for sure. Ryan Williams partnered up with Roll Tide Willie. I asked everyone about their opinion this morning. A lot of people seemed excited about it. Some people were like, it might fizzle out. Whatever the case is, it's like, I think is like Alabama is being very creative with getting these NIL deals however they can, doing whatever they can to come up with like different ways, playing off like what is happening right now too, right? Staying relevant. What is happening? Does this make sense? There might be another wave, right? So who knows? I mean, maybe it'll work out. You got to get Ryan Williams paid, period. So think of creative ways to do that in this space. If this is one of them, we'll see how it goes. And there's a couple other Alabama players in this mix. You got Jeremiah Beeman and Jalen Mbakwe, all those guys coming in as freshmen at the University of Alabama. Merrill coming up at 6 p.m. Kind of warming up the show. My name's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. She is Taylor, and otherwise known as T. She is our faithful producer right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And now we got a T-Cam up. So, yeah, T-Cam. All right, we continue to cruise right along. I wanted to put this to bed. For everybody wondering about Jamarcus Shepard leaving, well, the Seahawks have hired their wide receivers coach. So that was a big question that we were getting inside the comment box, considering the fact that, Grubb left. And I never watched it. We had a staff meeting, but we never watched Grubb's.
I meant to do that.
What was it? His press conference?
Yeah, like his first one with Seattle, right?
Yeah, and I guess it looked like he was pretty bummed out.
Yeah, someone said it looked like he was like at gunpoint.
Yeah. All right. So Shep staying here at the University of Alabama, which is good news. As we can continue to kind of roll through the headlines, I wanted to quickly point out this was our NCAA football spiel, and we talked about the coaches. I wanted to quickly hit on, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, but definitely a big game for Alabama basketball tomorrow. Hosting Texas A&M, Alabama basketball now ranked number 15 in the country. And as you can see from the SEC standings, Alabama is 9-2 in conference play, 17-7 overall. This is important. They are 11-1 at home. So, they have been fantastic. And I honestly feel that, and I talked about the basketball, arena. I feel that the students need to be like right there. There's like some, other people in that kind of mix, but I think make it maybe the new arena whenever that gets built. But excited to see Alabama basketball in action tomorrow. But I don't like the 11 a.m. tips. I just don't like them. So, but I do like these jerseys. These jerseys are fire, right? Of the Block A. Oh, can we get while Meryl's on? Can we get a Block A emoji?
Yeah.
That one?
I can upload it.
Okay, emoji. Block A emote. Can I say alert?
Yeah.
Are we on alert?
Yeah, right. I can get it up now, actually.
Oh, no way. Perfect. Yeah. Cool. T-Cam, very cool. They're loving it. See, and what we need to do is just drop that banner just a little bit lower behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Like
just noticed that.
Right? Because there's just like that little space, but that'll be easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Patriot Life. What's up? Appreciate you, man. Another 5 Bama Football Fan Funder memberships, man. Always doing a great job, and we appreciate you, Patriot Life. Thank you so much for helping us out, grow our company right here before your eyes, right here on Bama Football on YouTube. So we have an emoji alert, and then I'm going to go to Meryl, who's there already posted up. But let's get that Block A emoji. So a new emoji coming soon.
I'm a little worried the elephant might be a little small.
Okay, we're a little so
I'm going to test it.
Okay, we're doing a testing. Okay, that's fine. Welcome new members for sure. Oh, we need a new a welcome emoji too, right? Let's write that down.
I'll work on that when Meryl's on.
Okay, all right. Philip's like, you better not forget us when you guys become famous. You know what?
Kyle is famous. He can't go anywhere here.
T. I mean,
it's crazy. He gets recognized everywhere now. It's really cool.
But you ever heard that song by Genuine? Even though I got my own CD and maybe even on TV, there ain't no change in me. I can only be me. Even though everybody. No, just kidding. Same OG. You heard that?
Yes.
Dude, I'm seriously it's been we've built a really strong product. That's it. So that's why it's also right, Moonshot, right? They're laughing. I can only. I loved Genuine. Seriously, Pony. Are you
Phony,
serious?
yeah.
I would. You know what I love is if we played some of those songs. Like, what if we just like didn't? If we
You
didn't
just didn't monetize it.
like, and
You
just
just
had
play
like
whatever one day.
like a jam session,
That'd be awesome.
but you guys would have to support us that
Yeah,
night, right?
you need
So,
some super chats.
yeah, and man, that was when Genuine was genuine for sure. Okay, so we're on testing mode right now.
Yeah,
We got
give me just a
Meryl coming up on the deck. You ever seen like Top Gun? Like Meryl's like below deck, and we're like moving him. Meryl hit the hard deck. Meryl's look, he's like locked and loaded. All right, he's good. All right, yeah. So call sign Meryl. Meryl is in action. He's being bought. We have T working on the block A. She's gonna get the emoji added.
Got my dog going crazy.
Yeah, we got T's dog barking in the back. So, but I'm excited. I cannot wait to see these. I actually want some of these shorts, to be honest. The black shorts.
Yeah,
100%.
Really cool.
Top 3 is coming out. Top Gun 3 is coming out. T, that's what we need to watch. We need to watch the Maverick.
For sure. I still haven't seen the newest one or the latest one.
So T has not watched Mad Men or The Sopranos. So we tried to watch like an episode the other night. We just didn't even get through it. So, yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I loved Maverick too.
All right, here it comes.
All right, here comes the block emoji.
Should be
Kyle
available
gonna start making
now.
his own music. All right, everyone try the block emoji. Go. Come on, T. Shit, that was fast. I need all my family to have a drink of wine, whatever you drink to celebrate my birthday. Hell yeah. All right, here you go.
We see
Stick
it?
John.
Do I have it?
All right.
Here it is. Yeah. Yeah, see that elephant is.
Is it too small?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Stick John. Happy birthday to you. Honestly, my well wishes for you are to have an amazing year. Be positive. Be impactful. Surround yourself with positive people. Call your mom. Call your dad. If you have kids, be an amazing father. If you have a wife, be an amazing husband. Work on you. Have the best life in 2024, man. Cheers, and definitely happy birthday to you, man. Honestly, from the Bama football family to you personally, happy birthday, 1,000,000%. All right, how's that blockade? We're gonna work on it in the back end, and we're gonna tighten it up, and then we'll give the green light. T, you want to say peace out to everyone? All right. Okay. Oh, so I had you.
Oh yeah, you muted me. Goodbye, undefeated.
All right, T. We'll catch you next round, T. All right, now we are going to welcome in the one, the only Meryl to the stage. Meryl, what's up, man?
What up? How you guys doing?
Appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, you've been crushing it. You've been getting a lot of positive feedback, and it's not too often you and I get to, get on stage together. So real quick, I mean, in a little bit of the legwork that you've done on Keon Sabb, what do you like about him? Do you think it seems like connecting the dots? This makes sense considering Courtney Morgan was a recruiter at one time before he went to Michigan. I mean, give us a small detail before I dip out here.
Yeah, I think with him, what potentially we could see if he ends up at Alabama, right? And that's the key right now is we want to say if, we don't want to say for sure. Mm-hmm. It's an if, but I think what I like about him, man, is number one, the size he brings. Okay, he does bring some really good size, and it's not like our safeties don't have that. But he's kind of played the role he's played is at Michigan. If you watched a little bit of his highlights or a little bit of the Michigan games, obviously we got to see one, within the playoffs at Alabama. But you watch and you see the way he plays. He potentially could be one of those guys who comes in and actually maybe takes that rover spot. Mm-hmm. And it allows us to make some shifts with the secondary, okay, and puts us in a really good position potentially to put maybe somebody else over at the corner. And that's something I'm going to speak a lot on tonight, just because with this news coming out. But I mean, I love the way he plays the game. He's very aggressive. The way he comes downhill on the run is very impressive, right? If you watch it, he's also just a playmaker, and he really demonstrated that this last season. He came out of kind of Harbaugh is quoted saying this, he really had a big, like just kind of grand entrance this last season, and it showed up. So I like him a lot, and not to mention I love the pipeline with his brothers too.
For sure.
And
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Yeah, that they're also
mhm,
recruiting them as well. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm excited. And kind of when I was looking at the Pro Football Focus analytics, he played a good amount last year, but he played the most of his snaps in the national title game. So I think when you look to kind of like the ceiling, I think the ceiling is still really high with a player like this. And it fills a need because Alabama certainly needs guys from the secondary. I would believe that if Keon Sabb comes in, you probably get another guy as well. So who is that going to be? I don't even think we know at this point in time because that player probably comes after the next transfer portal window opens, right? In terms of like jumping on in. So, and a Merrill emoji too. Okay, so over the next 30 minutes, we are going to work on the block A behind the scenes and also get our boy Merrill an emoji. But Merrill, you take care of him, and you guys take care of Merrill like you guys would take care of me. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Thank you very much for becoming a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Oh, and get this, before I go, get this. We got our boy Ty Hayes. He wrote an article for Fan Funders Only that is going to drop soon. You know that Ty's the smartest dude in the room. Like he comes from his legal background and so we have him working on a 3-2-1 about 3 questions, 2 things he's learned, and something to watch about Kalen DeBoer's coaching staff. That will be dropping within the next, 12, 16 hours. So more coming for our fan funders. We definitely want to take care of you guys. But Merrill, have a great show. Let us know what you need, man. We are in the background, and definitely do your thing, man.
I appreciate you, Kyle. Thank you so much, everybody. Kyle Henderson, man, he's a stud. I love it, and so is T. Like that's so awesome. You guys got to get on with them tonight and see that. Like they do such a great job. And I'll tell you this too. Yo, what up, everybody? I love being here with you guys twice a day. This is great. So great. I hope everybody's having an awesome evening. And like, first of all, and most important, like being able to come on here, share my opinions, share my thoughts on this new college football area and the Crimson Tide. Absolutely love it. Bama Football on YouTube. Give those thumbs up, subscribe, make sure you let everybody know, right? So we're going to have a fun night. We're going to talk about Keon Sabb. Right, we're going to talk about the DB room in general, like this secondary. You know what I'm saying? This secondary is awesome. But who do we got with us tonight, right? And I'm going to get through here and say what's up, and here we go, right? So we're going to go off with Kimberly. What's going on? Hey, Stick John, happy birthday, by the way, and very, very much so. Tink, what's going on? And Anitra, what's going on? Marquetta, what's up? BB, love having you here. Jackie White, what's going on? Nick, what's up? Todd, what's going on? Carla, thank you so much for that super chat too, by the way. I appreciate you so much. DR334, Steven. Let's see who else we got in here. Who else am I missing? Cody, what's up? Pierre, what's going on? Dustin, what's up? Todd, Wendy, Matt Farms. I mean, we got some people in here, and we're gonna go through, and we're definitely gonna talk about kind of some of this cool news coming out. Clinton, what's going on, man? Chance, what's up, brother? And we want to get into this stuff because it's really interesting. Randall Green, my dog, what up? And hey, another super chat. Casey Jones, how you doing? Appreciate that a ton. I really, really do. Like, I love that, and continue to throw those super chats out through the night. If you guys like this information, you like what I'm giving you, it helps a ton, right? And I'm able to kind of help out. Jay Prost, what's going on, man? I'm a Washington guy up in Tampa right now, but a Washington guy, right? So, but yeah, what's going on, everybody? Like, I love that. I love it. I love that, I get to come in here and you guys are just so excited, and it's so fun for me to be with you guys in the evening. I hope if you joined this morning at 10, right? We kind of broke down a little bit to the ending of the Swarm D, and I kind of went over in like a 3-part series. Okay. It was good. Clinton Howard, what's going on? Another super chat. Very much appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. We love it. And again, the super chats come out, and y'all, if you got questions, you can see like Clinton, like that $2 super chat. That's awesome. Very much appreciated. You guys got questions, throw them out, especially with those super chats. It's able, I can see them, they get highlighted, and I can get to them. So thank you so much. But if you tuned in this morning, I talked a lot about broken down that kind of Swarm D. We went in a little bit about the DBs. We're going to go into more, like who's returning, who's incoming, right? We talked, like I said, I had to do it a little quick this morning just because we kind of ran through our time, right? And then we try to touch on maybe a few other subjects, but tonight we're going to talk about the kind of excitement of spring ball coming up. Ty, what's going on, man? What's up? And I say it like this, we also going to get to some chat, but we want to talk about the DBs just from the standpoint of they are a big like kind of thought process, right? Let's talk about how poor Auburn is. I love that, man. Skip 07 UA says, let's talk about how poor Auburn is. That's funny. But I'll say this, like with Keon, we're in this opportunity now where he can come in if this is what he chooses to do, right? Because in the end of the day, what it comes down to is what he chooses to do. And I think he has a beautiful kind of fit into our defense if that's what he chooses. I hope so. I really do. Like I said this morning, I brought this up and we hit off on this point, was that his brothers came on a visit, all right, and just recently. His family was here and they got to see Alabama, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. They raved. They talked about Mo Linguist. They talked about DeBoer. And obviously now with Keon too on his end, he kind of sees a lot of people speaking up about this defense just recently. Hey, Charles Dowdell, new member. Appreciate you. Welcome. We love having you here. That's awesome. Straight up. Very much appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining the team and the family here at Bama Football on YouTube. So I hope you enjoy it all. But with Keon, like I think he's hearing that. There's a lot of people kind of going out there and starting to talk about this defense because it is exciting. There's a lot of questions there, and we'll get into that. Bam Ruff 62. Let's see. How is Alabama's recruiting for 2024? How is it? I mean, it was number 2 in the nation. That says a lot right there, right? I mean, that was a great recruiting. But as far as like talking about some of these players and what they brought in, it's fantastic. It fits a lot of the pieces as far as defensively from a defensive back room, right, that we need. And we're going to see grow and do amazing. But then also from like the offensive standpoint, there's a lot of guys in this class coming in who are just going to go off. I'm excited. I love it. And we're ready to roll. So with Keon, right? So he was played at IMG. And I'm sure you guys kind of heard some of the backstory already on him, right? Plays at IMG. His brothers came for a visit. The family loved it here. They love Mo Linguist. They like the defense. For him, he would come in on a really good fit. And I was thinking about this today, and as I was going through, and I was looking at kind of his play style and the way he moves, right? Because you really want to watch with these players and the way they play the game. And I'll talk about these other DBs as well. But the way they play the game is very, very telling in how, in maybe what roles they can play. Okay. So with our secondary, right? So we have our free safety, we have our rover, our strong safety, we have our husky, we have our cornerbacks. One of those cornerbacks is a field cornerback, right? And the other one's a boundary cornerback. Okay. And we've kind of talked about this as I went over this series over the last few days, right? And so what's interesting with the boundary and the field corner is the type of player you need in those positions. I will say with like that field corner, the field means you're playing the wide side of the field, right? There is a lot of space you need to cover. Okay. A lot of space. And that position out there is really crucial to have some guy who's very comfortable, maybe being able to play in space and stick with. You need a lot of speed out there. That probably should be your fastest corner. If I were to sit there and think about it and think my way through, right? And look at, what do we have and what can we put out there? That's a difficult one, just because we have some really good freshmen who bring a lot of speed to the table, but then we also have, a couple of guys returning. Yeah, some one or two are safeties who I'll bring up and talk about. But from a standpoint of, just overall, like what can we put out there that would fit that field corner the best, right? The reason why like Keon Sabb is would be a really good addition would be, right? We can't say yes yet. He's on watch alert. Okay. So why he would be a really good addition. is because potentially we could take one of these safeties, right, that have a little bit more experience, who maybe have a background of playing cornerback. Okay. Keon posted, let's see here, Xavier Barker. Keon posted Bama, one of his favorites. I believe it, man. I believe it. I really do. I mean, he would do great in this defense. But as I was saying, with what we already have, okay, it'd be awesome to add more depth. That's a big part of it. Okay, is adding that more depth. The next part of that too is how do we take the guys we have and utilize them in positions where they can excel and play a position that would be beneficial to them, but also beneficial to the defense. So everybody could really look at this this type of play, and they would feel more comfortable with it from maybe our coaching staff wise and from a fan base, right? And so we do look at like Jaleel Hurley. Okay. This guy's a hard worker, man. He's going to come in. He's going to work really, really hard. All right. And that's what's really, really impressive with him. I like Jaleel. I think he would be a good option maybe out there at that field corner. There is speed there. I think that field corner is also going to be important to have something somewhat of a little bit of college knowledge. Let's put it that way. All right. Not necessarily just coming out of high school. If there's a player out there who could come out of high school and potentially play that just because of his abilities, and we'll break that down here in just a little bit, is our good old, I'll tell you, man, like, well, should I give it away? Should I give it away already? That's what I got to ask. Should I? Well, it's Xavier Brown. Okay. So that's true freshman. I know everyone's really high on Zay Mincy. I like Zay Mincy too. But as I talked about earlier this morning, I almost see Zay Mincy at a different position. Granted, we could see him on the field this year for sure at corner. But as he progresses, as he gets bigger and stronger, as he refines and defines his skills, we'll see. So as we're going through too, like, I'm going to jump on your chats and make sure that we're getting to some of these questions that are popping up, because I love interacting with you guys, and that's it. So we did see the thing about Mason Short is down to his final 4, and we're not in the mix. Byron Walker. I'll say this: I wouldn't be. A lot of people put stuff out there, and they're like, "Hey, I want to get done with this." Maybe he is, right. Maybe he is at that point where he wants to start eliminating and really make a choice. But things change, people change, they think about different things, they think about different options, and that could be a big part of, like, again, we're still waiting to hear, like, who is our hire going to be, right, for offensive line. That's one we're all sitting there and we're all waiting to see, like, who is it going to be. We've all done our digging. I know I've done my digging just to see any sort of, I don't know, any sort of rumor, any sort of hint, right? Because we're able to trace people. As we started to notice, a lot of these guys, we're able to trace them to some connections here and there. I think the harder one to trace that has come in was Mo Linguist, right? He was a little more difficult to trace as we were going through. But this is one of those times where on offense, it's so important to DeBoer and KD that I think for him, there has to be a connection somewhere, but I think they're just keeping those cards close, probably for a reason, right? And I don't know what that reason could be. I've tried to speculate these different things, and I don't want to throw out information that's not true, right? Like, I'm going to give you guys 100% my opinion. I'm going to be honest, and at the same time, I don't want to speculate on too much that I wouldn't necessarily know. I will say this. So then, how different will the defense philosophy be this year? Is there a team that ran that particular defense? Well, so that was Michael Ward, right? And Mike, sorry, I'll hold that up there for a minute. So, I mean, how different will the defense philosophy be? I don't know if it will be so much the philosophy on the standpoint of, like, maybe the schemes and the way it comes about and the blitzes, some of the coverages, and like the route mimicking or route mirroring. Like, Saban had a really complex way he had coverages with defensive backs. Okay, that it was really hard. A lot of guys talk about, like, how difficult it was to learn. But I'll say this, right, is that I think from an overall, like, philosophy standpoint, that philosophy is going to be like, we're still going to play some badass D. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And you will see from the way these guys play and just like their mindset, right? The swarm D, it's going to be it's going to, again, I've talked about this before, but it's going to really allow these guys to open up and play through their abilities and play a little more freely. So is there a team that ran this in the past or before? There are a few teams in college, like we've talked about it again. Gary Patterson at TCU was kind of the originator out of it. He only had like the highest class I think he had during that time frame was in the top 20. He never had anything less than 20, I believe, from what I understood. And he had the #1 defense 3 years in a row. Nick Saban's one of the only other coaches, and I think there's one more. I don't know who it was, but Nick Saban was one of the only other coaches to have that 3 years in a row. He also had it 5 years total during his coaching time frame with this defense. So he's doing that at TCU with TCU's talented for sure, right? And they are great. Had great players. Again, like you just see like these 5-star guys, 4-star guys, and some really high 3-star guys who come to Alabama who have maybe just like a little higher on the talent pool in the depth, right? And so you're going to see these guys in that sort of defense at all around. You won't have like spots of necessarily weakness, right? And a lot of people are like, well, we're young here or we don't have depth here. Yeah, I get that, but that's not weakness. That's just an experience. And that inexperience will be, and like I said, we'll talk about this going with spring ball topic, but that experience will be really come into a way of they'll gain experience fast. Put it that way. They're gonna gain experience fast playing against each other in practice, and that's a big part of it too. Like guys got to think about that. And so let's see here. Let's get down a little further because I'm missing out on some of these, man. Like there's so many. You guys are coming off the roof. I'm trying to get through all of them. So I love it though. Keep doing it because I want to make sure that we're getting into your guys' stuff too as we go through. But going back to this DB room and maybe how it matches up with Keon, right? If Keon were to come and why Keon would be a great fit here and the benefit it would be to our overall DB room. Okay. And for those who don't know, DB is defensive back. That's your corners and safeties, also called a secondary. All right. So here's what I'm saying. I think the thing is with him, he is very much a technique guy, which is beautiful. I think that he'll find a bond with Hitchler. Okay. Because I know a lot of you don't know about Hitchler. I know he's kind of like under the radar guy, and Mo Linguist doesn't post a lot either, and he's kind of an under the radar guy too. But both of those coaches from the safeties and a cornerback side are very much about fundamentals, right? They're very much about being technical. And what's beautiful is you have a guy who already really wants to work on that and do a phenomenal job. And I'll tell you, like, that's the sort of person that will come into here in the system with these coaches and thrive. Okay. Because they have that mindset that they just want to continue to work. And not that these other players don't. Like, I think all the players are, but that's what makes them come in and fit and mesh well with the team that's already here. Right. And it's exciting. Like, I love it. I think a lot of guys should be excited about it. Right. And for him too, to go to Michigan, Michigan's had some stellar defensive coordinators, right? And just with this last year, as everybody saw, Michigan is one of those places that is just with defensively, they put out they've put out some really great coaches. And one of them just got hired as head coach for Seahawks, but his defense at the Ravens was phenomenal. And then with Minter this last year, his defense was phenomenal. And that's an interesting thing too, that he was able to thrive, that Sabb was able to thrive in that defense and really start to show his stuff. Like Kyle had said, we saw that he was just maybe starting to touch the surface. So he has a huge ceiling, right? Jay Townsend. Jake, I hear that he has a short list and Bama's on it. That is correct, Jay. He does have a short list and Bama's on it. I mean, I think once he gets on campus, if that is something he's going to do, or he's kind of get that jive with the players, and he's able to kind of form some of those bonds, which I think he'll form quickly. I think that's been one of the most probably coolest things I've seen so far with overall with, I think, everybody coming and the recruits coming and showing up. It's the fact that you've seen that these guys they really touch on the players in the locker room, and they touch on how much of how in touch, I guess, a bond that they have, right? Like family. And I think guys grab that and take a hold of that, and they love it. And that's why you see so many recruits, even though an article recently came out, they were like, hey, nobody's really talking about Alabama. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but there was an analyst who basically said, like, hey, I was here and there wasn't a lot of chatter or excitement around Alabama. Well, there was a lot of articles that came out about a lot of players, and it seemed to be that there was a lot of positive towards Alabama. And I think that's still there, but I think now recruits, as we're seeing with Mason Short dropping his top 4, right, was what they're seeing, that like, hey, we're going to sit back and we're going to wait, right? We're going to wait. So, and then you have Mike Fort in here, who's obviously looks like a Michigan fan. Who's on his list? Well, I'll let the chat answer that one. How about that? And I tell you what, like, oh, Mrs. Carter, I really appreciate you. Meryl's a redhead. I think red hair is the best. Thank you, Mrs. Carter. For everybody who doesn't know, Miss Carter, Ebony, that's Noah's mom. So Noah is going to come in here and do phenomenal things. I have completely like kind of talked about this defense, and I'll tell you what, Noah is one of those kids who's going to fit really good. He's probably going to end up being in that wolf position. He just is amazing off the edge on that defensive side. I'm excited to see him grow. Actually, I was just about to throw out a tweet earlier, man, on Noah, just from a standpoint of how great he's going to be in that position after watching obviously I've seen his film, but watching some of the film of other players who have played that position, it's going to be fun to watch him 100%. And then Jay Townsend, Jake, I always enjoy your segment. You bring the heat, man. I love it. I try my best. I really, really do. So, again, getting back into this with Sabb, like for him to get around the players, to see that bond, that's such a big thing. That's what's going to draw people's attention. They're going to see this amazing and fun overall like atmosphere, and they're going to feel that closeness. Again, something KD does really well, something Womack does really well, and I think that was the beauty of each of these coaches just doing a fantastic job. So where he plays, right, is going to be the question. If he were to come here, where does he compete at? Where do we see him end up? And I'll tell you, I don't know. Like there's so many different roles with this new defense for these 3 different safeties in the style of play you need at each one. Okay, I'll tell you. Again, I think with him, and you just look at his abilities, and I almost like him at like a rover spot, because he has good coverage abilities. He is bigger, and that rover is going to come up into the box, right? Or potentially, like I was saying earlier, I like him at the Husky. I really do. I mean, that Husky spot, you have kind of a linebacker / safety, right? They have to be able to play really, really, really well into the run and come off. They can play, like, extend the edge basically on that side by coming up and playing in that position. But at the same time, they got to be able to cover really, really well. Coin God, what'd you say? I'm hearing Sabb is heavy on Oklahoma. Okay, well, I mean, that was due to the fact of his recruiting prior. Again, like, I think what we're seeing right now is his brothers were just talking about how much they love Kalen DeBoer and how much they see themselves in that offense, right? I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot that goes on here, and there's a lot of articles. There's a lot that comes out. We could speculate all day, right? But I'll say this is that most recently, that article was just on the 14th, if I'm correct, that came out, and they were talking about Alabama. So I don't know, something to think about, right? You want to that's one of the things too. Like, what is your goals with this? When you go to transfer, what's your goals? Obviously, a lot of guys want to play. There's been some we've seen some stuff that seems to be more financially based goals, okay, with transferring, right? But I will say this is from a standpoint of, you know, you wanting to be your best and to have an opportunity to get to the NFL. Why not go compete against the best? So it's interesting. I thought about this earlier, right? And why maybe I'm excited for spring ball. And there was a quote I wanted to share with you guys. And it was by Michael Jordan. I saw it. It was posted earlier on Twitter. And here's that quote, right? And this is what Michael Jordan says. We talked about Michael Jordan last night. We had a lot of fun talking about it. I know Coach Jay loved it, right? I'm a big Michael Jordan fan, but what I love about it is with Michael was his mindset. You can apply that to anything in life, right? And with Michael, this is what he says. He goes, every day in practice was a competition. Okay. So when the game came, it was nothing I hadn't already practiced. It was routine. Work ethic eliminates fear. Man, I love that. If you think about it from like a Navy SEAL, right? Navy SEALs say, you don't rise to the occasion, you sink to the level of your training. Very interesting, right? Very, very interesting quote. You sink to the level of your training. So do I want to go somewhere and just constantly do footwork all day? If I'm not out there trying to compete and like really pushing myself, all right, like really truly pushing myself to be the best against others who are pushing themselves to be the best, or maybe even have a step up on me. You know, there's iron sharpens iron. Right? And Coin God, I'm going to give you props because I've seen you say that in here a couple of times. Is I will say, like, in the end of the day, if you want to be the best and you want to achieve these goals, right, then go get after it. Get after it and come to University of Alabama. Just look at the history here. Just look at the players this place has pushed out of here, right, and put in the NFL. And you want somebody who can talk about that, just go sit and talk with HaHa. He's here. You know, Clinton Dix is here, man. And I'll tell you, like, you think about that for 1 second. You think about the greatest in the guys who've been very successful. If I'm a player and I enter a transfer portal, or if I'm even like a recruit, okay, you know what I mean? Like, you right here is one of these things. And Caitlin Ingle, you make a really good point. And I will say this because I said something to Caitlin through Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, it's at @coach_J_Mayer. Okay, it's right here at the bottom of the screen. Come follow me. It's fun. We'll put some stuff out there and we'll kind of do some more and more, right? But with Caitlin, one of the things I said winners win. And on her son's door, it says winners win, right? So we have that quote. And I said, you know what you should tell him? Every day, go look in the mirror, tell yourself, right, that I'm a winner. Say it to yourself over and over and over. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. And then when you walk out that bedroom, slap that sign. Give yourself that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go for the day, right? And I'll tell you, like, these guys, if you want to be the best, then come to Alabama. Come to Alabama where you can compete, where you can force your mind to say, man, I want to be a legend. How do I become that? Where's the one school that has the most legends, right? It's at University of Alabama. So why not try to go and cement myself into that history? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you, man, like that takes a lot of guts. Hence, that's why I also would be a big fan if I was a recruit or I'm a transfer, of saying, man, I'm going to go and I'm going to go play for DeBoer, for KD, because KD was one of those guys who said, I want to cement my legend. No, I don't know how a lot of guys sit there and say, man, he just up and took off from Washington. No, look, he did great and amazing things for Washington football. Okay. I really respect him. I love him for that. Okay. And, you know, next coach with Fish, I'm sure he'll do fine. He'll do good. I do. I mean, he has a great staff there too. But what I'm saying is he had an opportunity, KD did, to come do something that a lot of guys, they wouldn't just leave their position. You know how hard that is to follow somebody who legitimately is the greatest of all time in college football? Like, that's from you're now playing for a coach who said, I have the ability to do that. I believe in myself. Just think about that for a minute. because everyone else, is out there just saying, man, nobody's worried about Alabama anymore. Alabama ain't going to be shit. Like, what? Time out. I just please, right? Please keep saying it, because if you want to watch, you want to look back on someone's history and see tendencies, okay, of what they're going to do in the future. Yeah, we can all change, or something can happen, right, from a negative standpoint. But let's look at positive tendencies, because we're going to see that positivity continue, especially when people say things, right, about them, and people talk about like how amazing they are, and that continues from the time they're young to today. And that's a 30-year difference there. They're not going to change. So at the same time, why would you think that somebody who's won everywhere they've gone that would change? Because it starts with the boss, right, and works its way down. That's how culture works. Okay, you want an amazing culture. You, as the leader of whatever it is you're leading, you're the one who has to do that. And Mike Fort, come on, man. Like, I'm gonna highlight this from Michigan. Like these sort of comments, I'm just getting tired of hearing so many of these guys come in here and say this stuff. Less about legacy, more about money. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll tell you right now. Like, I don't know why. I don't know where you even got that from. I mean, obviously you're worried about something because you're from Michigan in a Bama chat. Think about that. I mean, that says something right there. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, you can't sit there and say it's all about money. It's all about money. It's all about money. Dude, think about this. When you make over a certain amount of money, after that, like, you don't gain any more happiness. Put it that way. There's been studies put out about that. I'm pretty sure there's a book called, Facing Goliath, that talks about once you hit a certain amount of money, you almost don't gain necessarily anything greater than that. As a football coach, it's hard. I hear and Mike saying, hey, I'm just making a point. I get you, Mike. And I'm not necessarily saying like your point is wrong with everybody, but it was more than that. And he also got offered like $9 million, right? To stay. So just that's something to think about as well. I mean, he's only probably making 10.5 here, right? So I'll say this though, like for him, and you also have to think, is it worth the money to ruin your career? Because you come to Alabama and you lose, that doesn't feel good. Who wants to go down in history as a loser? Ask yourself that, because that's the risk you're taking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the risk you take. So the only amount of money you can't have is enough. All right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like, for me, and the way his mindset works, and what we've seen with his history, and where he's gone and where he stayed and where he's won and what people say about him, I just don't see him being a money guy. I think it has more so to do with the fact that why not come to somewhere where you can cement your legend? All right. That's what I'm saying. It's very interesting. So I like that, and that's where I go back with Sabb and why he would be a good fit here. I think that he has this mentality where he just wants to be one of the best. I think he would be an awesome fit, and we can continue in. So jumping into the DBs, because I could go all day on and on and on and on and on, right, about like all these different things, like about how he's going to win and whatnot. But you know, for a lot of people, they just won't believe it. They just won't believe it. And Jay Townsend, you just made a great point. I'm going to highlight this for a minute. Please hit the like icon. We have over 300 watching, 115 likes. Hit those thumbs up if you guys like what I'm saying, because again, like I'm trying to come at you guys with some really great information to build that confidence, but also just to come in here and bring that energy. And you guys like what I'm putting out there. You like what this team's putting out there. Each time we get on, throw those thumbs up. Like, go in there and hit those likes. It's a big deal for us. We love it. And we love being able to bring this content to you. So please hit those likes, join us as fan funders. I know we're going to have a lot of exclusive content coming out that we want to make sure we're getting to you. I know I'm going to be doing a video soon with a little bit of key little pieces, hidden fun pieces on the Swarm D that, in order to get that, you have to be a fan funder and get in there. So to see those exclusive videos. So I tell you what, I love being here, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys everything I can from a standpoint that there's a lot of great chats going on, and I want to answer them all. If I could sit here for 2 hours and talk with you guys on every question you have, I wish I could, but there's also a lot of cool information that I want to bring you, and again, how everything translates, right? So going back to that, so who we have returning, and this is an interesting one, right? Because for me, when I saw this and I sat there, I'm like, man, who do we have returning? And from a secondary standpoint, that I feel really good about. Well, I feel really good about all of them, but what I don't feel good about is the depth, right? And that's the thing. I'll tell you, man, is depth is so huge, and I've seen it so many times where the depth aspect is so difficult to overcome if guys get hurt. We saw a couple of these guys just recently, like I guess Tony, I think he got hurt, right? But he was, I mean, he was good, but I think he had a little bit of injury history. Devonta Smith, right? He got hurt. And I'm excited to see him come out. And it will be nice to see too. And that's why I love our strength and conditioning coach and our nutrition specialists, all of them together. It's going to be studly, right? I love it. And the way that they help these players, and I think you heard that with a lot of guys bragging. Okay. They were bragging that, like, man, this program and how they keep you healthy is such a big deal. And that's something we should all be super, super excited about. All right. Like that is, I can't tell you, man, like for me, like injury, that's what happened with me. It was injury based. Right. And that sucks. I can't tell you, John M, what's up, man? What's going on? Jake, I'm gonna highlight that real quick, man. John M, you've been awesome since you've been on. Appreciate it. Keep going, brother. Bama family, what's new? Just got on lunch. I love it, man. I love it. But I'll tell you, like being able to stay healthy and play through the season is a key to winning as well. The beauty about Alabama that we've had for a long time is there has been a lot of good depth. Okay. There are some concerning areas right now due to the transfer portal. And I think, truthfully, that's happened to a lot of teams who are unwilling to fall for the trick of pay for play. Because I'm going to tell you right now, your program does not look good so I hate to say this. I have respect for Texas. Okay. I really do. But man, this off season it's been like the pay for play for them has been ridiculous. There's a few Ole Miss, hey, like Lane's funny as hell. I love his tweets, right? But I'll say this, like you brought in a huge defense and all these dudes and everybody between Texas, between Ole Miss, and then even between, I guess, the biggest one, one of the biggest ones is Ohio State. I'll tell you that. Like the Ohio State aspect, man, is just it's ridiculous what they're doing as well. So between those schools, and they all have great coaches, right? They all have, coaches that from a position standpoint that can make and improve players. But from a standpoint of like, you're really looking at this aspect of bringing all these players in from a pay to play. Like I just don't, I'm not about that. And I like the way Alabama does it because you're coming to Alabama for something greater than money. Because guess what? When you die, money doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, maybe your kids get some and your family and it helps out here and there. But does that leave a legacy? It does not. But what is cool is when your family, right, can go back and see the amazing things you did or maybe be motivated by the work you put in to become a legend. So come to Alabama because there's nothing more legendary in college football than Alabama. There's a few schools who come close, right? There's a few schools who come close who have some unique history, but nothing as deep. So why not cement your legacy here? Why not continue to be part of that's been so great for so long, right? And I could keep getting back into this stuff, man, with all these different things. So, and then Matthew Cherry, Merrill, Colorado is paying to play as well. I don't know if they're paying as much, just from the standpoint of Deion Sanders. I'm going to tell you right now, man, go read Deion Sanders' book and look at the way he looks at things now. It's not the same as what everyone thinks prime is. That guy's the man. I love Deion Sanders. I love the way he thinks. They're still going to pay for some things, but I think there's a high sell on like that big star factor, that attention factor, right? From that standpoint. So, I just saying with that, I have a lot of respect for Deion Sanders. You're going to have to prove yourself to him. I mean, he made it clear last year. So, with a couple of his star players who weren't up to par with his standard. You know what I'm saying? So, again, getting into some of our players, and we're going to get into the new guys too. With Devonta Smith, what do we see? Where are we going to see him at? Man, that's an interesting one. I've thought about this one a lot. Now, if Sabb were to come, where would Devonta Smith end up? I still think Devonta Smith ends up at safety. Okay, I think he would be a great. Truthfully, I would really like him at free safety. He has a little bit of a corner background, I like that, but he also fills the run really, really well. Okay. One of the things for him is he's just like ready to get back on the field. I'll tell you the next part would say is Malachi Moore, right? And real quick, Jake, I wouldn't say that they're close. They may be trending, but they have a lot of ground to cover close to Bama. No, I mean, I agree with that. I think the only honestly other school I reference from a history standpoint is Notre Dame, maybe, and they just a little bit, but I wouldn't say there's anybody really even like close to touching, right? Like from a standpoint of legacies and legends, if you want to be Bama built and be a legend, you know what I'm saying? Like Bama built, you're going to be a legend, because if you do it the right way, you will cement yourself into history. It's been proven over and over and over again. If you don't believe me, go watch all the college football documentaries from when college football was created, right? Go watch the SEC documentary from when that was created. So again, jumping back to the players with Malachi Moore, he's probably obviously your most experienced. I think that dude is going to come in and just get after it like hard. Now, again, if Sabb were to come here, then instead of Moore playing Husky, I would be almost better potentially moving more to a rover. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about that one. I like more a Husky, but what I talked about earlier was Tony Mitchell. I almost like Tony Mitchell more at the Husky just because of his size, right? But Moore is not like some small dude. Moore is he's built, and he could definitely play that position really well. And he played it obviously last year with the Star, right? And so he's a phenomenal player, and that's why I'm saying you can play him literally in both sides, right? You could play him at the rover, you could play him at the Husky. It'd be hard to figure out which one he would excel at best. Okay, probably for now, let's just say Moore stays at the Husky, right? Then we go down to Tony Mitchell. Now here's this one. This is where I wanted to get with you guys and push this out here. Is if we were to get Sabb, I would feel really good about moving Mitchell to corner. Okay. And the reason for it is because of the style of the corners play. I would almost like to see Mitchell as a boundary corner, because that boundary corner has to be a good cover man, right? But also they have to be really good on coming up on the run, because that's going to be what a lot of people consider like your weak side, right? The way this defense plays to the strength, and it plays to the wide side of the field, the open side of the field. So the boundary is going to be that weak side, and you want some really strong players over there, really strong players. So I will say, like with Tony Mitchell, he has that cornerback background coming out of high school. I watched his film. The guy puts himself in the great positions when he sticks on the hip really well, and he can flow with wide receivers and stay right there. And he has that size that I really like at cornerback for a boundary, who potentially would have to be in some really unique one-on-one matchups, just so they can continue to fill the weak side, right? And not leave it so open. Because if you leave it open, meaning like if you don't bring your sting right, into some of these gaps and still play a run or a flat. Okay. But I then what happens is if you bail on that, you open up a lot and you put a lot of pressure on your bandit. Okay. And I wouldn't like that, man. I mean, yeah, our bandits are going to be good, right? Like I know our bandits are going to be good. That's going to be your weak side edge, and they're big and they're strong and they really lock down that edge. It's just I just wouldn't want to put somebody in so much pressure to basically control it all. So you're not going to pull them out, but what you will see is you're going to trust that corner to be pretty fundamentally sound, to be aggressive, to have size, to match up on whatever style of wide receiver they get over there, and then to fight through a block and help on the run because of the weak side, right? So that's where I really like, if we were to get Sabb, where I would want to do with Tony Mitchell. And that takes away from having to start another freshman. I'm not necessarily against it, but at the same time, I would very much like to see them just continue to develop. There's a few on here who I could see getting playing time, but from an overall standpoint, like I would rather see them not be put it this way. Like when you do some of these guys, like they'll step up right away, and I love it. Their mentality's there, and I believe in them 100%. But I will say this: when you put some of these guys into positions where they have to play right away, and they make a mistake here or there, sometimes that can mentally really screw you up. And sadly, you'll see with a lot of players who come out who are ranked really high, they make a mistake and they start to really beat themselves up because they are their own worst enemy because of their mindset, right? That mindset has got them to win. And so when they're making mistakes and not learning how to shrug it off, that mentality creeps in of what we would call like imposter syndrome, right? And I mean, I tell you, man, like that, you don't want that in these young players. We want to see them excel, and I'd rather see that motivation from a positive standpoint, which is that is KD's style. Okay. And Smook will be coming on here shortly for sure. Smook will be coming on here shortly. I think he might be he might be a 7. I don't know yet. I'll have to check. But again, so that's why I like Tony Mitchell being able to push him out to cornerback. It eliminates the aspect of having to potentially start 2 freshmen, right? I don't want to take that away though from Jaleel Hurley, right? From Hurley, because Hurley, I think, did a really good job. I think again he's working really hard. I think he would be just a great player at the field side corner, and I think as he continues to get in there and get after it and get those reps in the field, like you're going to see a lot of growth in spring with him. But again, I don't want to say this. I think Hurley's going to have a hard time competing against Damani Jackson. Like I'll tell you, like Damani Jackson, that is for me, that would be the ideal field corner, 100%, because he's already basically had to play it at USC, so he's learned some hard lessons, and you got to give it up to the guy. The guy's not falling for imposter syndrome, because what did he do? He went from USC, where he had a difficult time, right? He had a difficult time, but he came to Alabama because he believes in himself. And he's about to show up, and I'm excited for that for him, 100%. I think the next aspect too will be, Smook's coming up, everybody. Don't worry, Smook's coming. Coach Smook is coming. Damani did, but I mean, what do you expect when you're a freshman? I'm not going to take that away from guys who, if you played cornerback and you didn't miss any tackles, well then, I hope you had a great NFL career, because that's impressive. You go out there, you're going to miss tackles. It is what it is. But I'll say this: I think he's going to do a really good job, and I think that's going to be improved dramatically. I think again that maybe some of that mindset slipped in this last year, and that was Mike Ford. He said Damani missed a lot of tackles. Yeah, I mean everybody on that defense did. You know what I'm saying? But that will be the beauty of Mo Linguist. And thank you, Coach Smoot. I'll highlight that real quick. Damani does need some work, but under a good DB coach, he's going to be fine. And that's where we need a guy like Mo Linguist, who is such a technician. That's going to be beautiful, right? So I will say, like, from a standpoint of your younger guys, all right, this is where it gets interesting. Okay. So you have Jalen Mbakwe coming in for corner. You have Zay Mincy coming in, and a lot of people are saying corner. I'm going to tell you my take on him. You have Zabian Brown coming in corner. Okay. Peyton Woodyard, safety. Red Morgan, safety. And then Dre Kirkpatrick Jr., safety. Okay. With Jalen is probably your fastest player on the field. I mean, that dude can run. I'll say this, like, and I appreciate all the shout outs too. Like Jeff, I think he said Merrill. What's up, Merrill? Love your take on football. Hey, thanks, brother. I really appreciate that, Jeff. That means a lot. I'm glad you guys love this. But so here, what I'm saying with Jalen, you probably your fastest JJ. Merrill, you like moon pies. Now, I'm not a moon pie fan, but hey, all good, all good. But Jalen, like, he's your fastest player on the field, right? Fastest player on the field. He's a little undefined as far as like his skill set, just because he was focusing on winning these games as a quarterback, and he was all over the field. I mean, and the talent levels there. I think in the end of the day, he might be one of your best players once he's developed a little further. I think he just needs to continue to push, and he'll get that work. Again, why we love Mo Linguist. Okay, like Coach Mo, he's going to do a great job with these guys. Zay Mincy, I've already talked about Damani Jackson, so I'm not going to jump over on him. But with Zay Mincy, Zay's an interesting one. A lot of people, they love Zay, right? They're like, man, Zay's going to play. There's been a lot of hype on Zay. I think he's a great player. He is awesome. What I'd like to see from Zay, and I talked about this morning, okay, is Zay has to really bring the hammer. One of the things I noticed with him is he's very fluid in the way he runs. He moves his hips really well for how big he is and how tall he is, right? In Zay, it can cover a lot of ground because he has such a long stride. There is a potential some over time because of, he's going to pack on muscle. Okay. I could almost see Zay moving into a safety position. All right. Like, if these guys are going to grow, they're going to get bigger. It's going to be interesting to see who moves. Okay. Where. And that's what I really am excited for. Zay is going to do a good job. We'll see about the field from a field standpoint, like how much he sees the field. But then that's where I want to jump over to like Zabian Brown. If you want to talk about one of the most technical corners, probably in this entire recruiting class for 2024, it's going to be Zabian Brown. That guy, go watch his film and just watch. And I'll point out some things from this standpoint. Watch the way he plays off the hip for man coverage. Watch the way he stays low in an explosive position. Watch the way he fields and really drives on the ball when the ball's in the air. And meaning, like, ball's in the air, he's driving towards the man at a correct angle to pick that off. So what you'll see with him is he is very technically sound. And I'm very excited to watch Zabian compete. I think, truthfully, if Sabb ends up not coming here, I do believe that Zabian could potentially be one of those guys who competes for a starting spot. And that will be interesting to see from that standpoint. I'll jump over to Peyton Woodward real quick. With Peyton, I love the fact that he is very developed size-wise. Okay. He has a great head on his shoulders. I will say that. I think his dad did a phenomenal job with him and just getting him prepared. I liked his film too. He's very solid coming up on the run game. He was very disciplined, staying back. That's hard for high school safeties to do. So you really have to work in the mind, right? You have to work in the mind of these guys of not wanting to come up on the run in high school. It's difficult to break that mindset because your natural tendency is to run forward, not to go backwards. So he did a good job of staying disciplined when it came down to his ability to stay in coverage. The next one, real quick though, I'll jump over to is Red Morgan. Red, I'm really excited to watch him develop from a standpoint of he is so damn explosive when he hits people. That guy, when he comes downhill on somebody and he hits people, oh my God, like he's ready to blow someone up. And that's something in a safety, man, I want dudes like that as safety, at least one of them, back there, because man, when receivers go across the middle, granted the rules have changed right today. Receivers have definitely gone across the middle and they've changed. So I do think from that standpoint, right, that as long as you can stay within the correct rules, okay. Let's see here. Red got to put some weight on, and that's really it. 100. I think that's Kyle back there commenting on that one. Kyle just said that, so I'll throw that up for y'all. Like, Red got to put some weight on. That's really it. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a few things with Red as far as like a little more disciplined, right? There's a few things I would like to see from a discipline. Oh, that's Smook. Sorry. Okay, that's Smook. That's Smook back there. But I would like to see a few more things from like his discipline, right? And just seeing him, I guess, fine tune a couple of skills. All right. But as far as like his explosiveness and the way he tackles, that dude is ready to tackle. Like straight up. That dude is ready to hit. And he's ready to tackle at the college level. I'll tell you, right now, we've changed the rules so much in football. Like for me, when I played, I was a hitter. Okay, so I targeted, I was a headhunter. All right. You cannot do that anymore. Like straight up, you can't do that anymore. You can't go out and just knock someone out. You really got to be aware of like how you hit somebody, where you hit somebody. And I get it for the safety of the players. But it also kind of somewhat takes away from kind of teaching this aggression and playing through with chaos and playing with anger. If y'all hadn't caught what the comment I made yesterday on Coach Smook's Twitter, there's a player up there, and Coach Smook, I don't know if you're in the back still on the chat, but there's a player he put up for a kid who's coming up over the next few years. And I'll tell you what, you watch that kid. Yeah, I think he played edge, and that kid should be Bama bound real fast like this. And you watch that kid hit, he plays with anger. His movement is aggressive. That's what you want on defense. Like straight up. You want a guy who walks out there and then he is ready to knock somebody out based on his movement. One of the things I really like about, like, for example, with Noah Carter watching his video is when at Noah's point of attack, when he's about to strike, he did a really good job of really being explosive and going through his tackles. Okay. That came a lot from his like athleticism, right? Like, and you saw that in all the different positions he played. And I think we'll see that obviously as he continues to go through the process at Bama. And I'm excited to see that. I mean, oh yeah. Okay. So Veen Holly, what's up? You said, oops. Oh, my bad. Sorry. It jumped on me. Said Keon Keeley going to be a beast. Can't wait. 100%. 100%. Like Keon is. There's another one that I like a lot was Q Wusa. Right. That dude's scary. I mean, the size on that guy, holy smokes. And not to mention how explosive he is. Oh man. And I think Smook's coming on here. And oh yeah, Coach Smook, everybody.
What's up, Brody? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I heard you mention my boy, a couple of my boys, Peyton Woodard. Hey, look, I'm real excited about Peyton. I'm telling y'all, if and you said something. I don't know if you heard me say that earlier or yesterday. When did I say that about Tony Mitchell, chat? Was that yesterday?
I didn't hear you say that, man.
I literally just said that yesterday. I think it was last night because whenever I drew up coverages, that's when I was talking about it. I said, I would not be surprised if in this scheme, we go get Keon Sabb, and that might bump Tony Mitchell out to compete at corner. I literally just said that. Jaleel Hurley and Tony Mitchell might end up competing at corner. And that would deepen the corner rotation, and then it will put you right at about the numbers you need in that safety room. You know, you would have Smitty, Malachi, you'll have Sabb. Look, we're gonna have Sabb and Red Morgan, Peyton Woodard, Bryson Hubbard.
Bryson.
And then it's another kid. It's another kid out there at safety nobody's talking about, man. Well, I think he's listed as a linebacker. Oh man, what's the kid's name? He plays inside linebacker, but you look at the film, man, he looks like a husky rover type. Like he looks like a Bryson Hubbard style player. Jay, I can't remember. True freshman, y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Not the one from Germany, the other one. Dang, he played linebacker. I got to look at the roster real quick, y'all. Oh, I hate when that junk happened. Like, my mind just literally went blank.
I know. I hate when here's one right here. I'll throw this up. Oops. Nope, not that one. This one right here. Up on screen. What do you think about Damani at safety instead of cornerback? I don't know.
Nah, he don't like to hit enough for me. Like in this defense, if you're safety, it's because you get downhill and you know how to run gap fill, you know how to cover underneath. Like his cover skills is there. We're not going front on that, but Damani need a lot of work with his physicality and his technique. And I mean, after that, he gonna be straight, man.
Well, 100. I think I do think, like, a lot of people think, though, when you look at Damani, just from a standpoint of, like, you physically look at him, he looks like a safety.
Yeah.
Dude's jacked. I mean, he definitely looks like he could play like a real sweet, like, you know what he kind of reminds me of? That body style is like Earl Thomas.
Thomas, I see that.
He doesn't have that downhill presence.
Not at all.
You need that. You know what I'm saying?
Zero.
Like that's why I keep getting. That's why I really love Xavier Brown. Okay, but why I really keep bringing back to the point of, like, Red Morgan's just coming through the attack point. Like, when he hits somebody, he doesn't just hit and wrap. He's going through them.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, I know Red from when he was younger. Right, Darius Morgan, and I mean, he been like that, relentless. He played for the Outlaws, the Phoenix City Outlaws. I think they might have been the Bi-City Outlaws at that time. But it was like a combination of all the young talent in Columbus, Phoenix City area. You know, Isaiah Crowell's son, his son is playing through that team, I think, right now. Like they got some dogs. I don't know if you know of Jermon Fortson. He played at Florida State in 2008 when we graduated. 2008, 2009. He played at Florida State.
Shoot.
And yeah, man, his son is out there on that team too. Like, they just got a team full of, like, all the Tri-City greats. Their sons are on the team together now, playing travel ball in the summer.
Man, that's probably fun to watch.
Man, it's almost borderline sad, man, because they not way bigger than the other teams. They just dogs, man. Like, they're reincarnated versions of their dads. Yeah. And then half of them, like, the parents that are together that create the child, the mom was an athlete in high school too, track star, volleyball, softball. So it's like they out here breeding super athletes now, you know.
That's fun. It's funny how that works, man. My son is like a reincarnation of me, except he has, you know, blonde hair and blue eyes. But I'll tell you this, the Tacario Davis, any word on him? Because they just brought this one up. Nope, not that one. Just kidding. Tacario, right? Tacario, nobody knows anything about Tacario. You know how many people want to know where he's going to go just from the standpoint that guy's rating, his grade, the way he graded out after the season was phenomenal. That if honestly, he would come here. If he came here, that's who I want at my field.
He would really have to get this right to come to Alabama and play under Kalen DeBoer. I'm telling you right now, everybody think it was tough to play under Coach Saban. Kalen DeBoer is more relatable. So you got to be, like, straight up with him. And I, you know, that's the only thing I hear about. He's a little immature on that aspect, but on the field, bring him on. Bring the on the field guy. Keep him here. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring that other guy.
No, I mean, and that's the one thing everybody has to understand too, is, like, with Kalen, he's looking for a certain type of person, but he's also looking for, you have to fit, like, the mold, not just on the field, but also off the field. Because if you make mistakes, he's not going to be mean about it, but he just does not settle for anything less than perfect. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I hope everybody understand is, like, you're going to see this dude win because he doesn't settle for anything less than perfect. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to listen to you tonight, man. I'm going to tune in and pay attention to what goes down because you got some really good topics.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah. What's up?
Give me 1 minute to go out and come back in. I'm having connection issue. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good. Well, and for you, chat and Undefeated, I loved being with you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of getting through and talking about some of these defensive backs, what's exciting about them, where we could potentially see them play. We will jump into it if I'm back on tomorrow morning based on schedule. It'd be 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Central Time. Tune in. and we'll get further into it with spring ball. We'll do some more chat talk, and we'll talk about maybe some other position groups too, because I know that's exciting. And then we'll see what news comes out, because that's always interesting. Like I love hearing it. You know, I really appreciate you all. I appreciate the shout outs. If there's a new emoji, I don't get to see it on this side. So if there's a new emoji, I'll have to go back and look. But I do, man. And to Mike Fort, I'll tell you what, like, you know, sorry I jumped on you earlier, 100. Like, I see where you're trying to keep your points, and I get it. You know, I've never been a big Michigan guy, you know, but it's all good. Like, Ron English recruited me, but it's cool. But I'll say this, man, like, I have a lot of respect for Michigan. I have a lot of respect for what you guys did this year. You guys did a great job. Props to you. But to the chat, I love it. I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, make sure you join up and subscribe, become a fan funder. In the end of the day, we're going to start really doing some great exclusives for our fan funders. So that's why we want to join in, right? And it will be fun for you guys to kind of hear some back scoop takes that can kind of get you excited about listening in on the next shows and the next segments. I'm excited to bring you guys some more stuff in the morning too. We're going to have some really good stuff. Again, I appreciate every single one of you. And here's the other thing too, is like, when we get on here, I love to make sure that I'm trying to get to your questions as much as I can. Late at night like this, it's hard because there's so many people in the chat and everybody's asking like some different stuff. So I apologize if I miss your questions, but I will try to readdress them later. And sometimes if you tune into some of these shows later, I'll go back through and find those questions and try to get back to them. I'll say this too, like, you know, if you haven't already, make sure you throw those thumbs up and likes up. Okay, that's a big deal. We need to get those likes up. Love it. If you guys enjoy the content, please do that for me. Like that's a big thing. I am excited. I hope you guys are. You know what I mean? And tonight with Coach Smook, you're gonna have some really good stuff. Like really good stuff. I love Coach Smook, and I'll be tuning in too. So I love it, man.
Man, I like having you on, bro. I like this rotation we got going. I like being the closer now. Like. Because I just get to watch everything. Everybody put everything out, and then I just be like, "Y'all remember?" They said, "Y'all remember?" I really, like this new wave is about to be crazy. Like undefeated, y'all are part of something special. Y'all at the beginning stages of something special. Just know that. I'm telling y'all.
That's right, man. That's right. Well, hey, have a good show. I hope you guys enjoy it. Coach Smook, everybody.
For sure, bro. Roll Tide, Jake.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, chat, undefeated, real quick. Before we do our thing, all right? Before we get into this, I must say something that must be said. I think that we, for the time being, okay, we may have cured the post-Coach Saban disease. I'm so excited. We may have cured Fairweather fandom. Oh my God. Chat, because things are happening and we told people to slow down and believe. And things are happening that reminds me of that old Saban era when Bama winning everything, baby. Let's go run it up, chat. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Breaking news. Yeah, Keon Sabb done signed, didn't it? Yeah. Keon Sabb gonna sign tonight, bro. I don't even think he care about taking a visit right now. If he takes a visit, he's committing. If he takes a if he takes a visit, he's committing. This kid wants to come and compete for a national championship again, man. This kid wants to compete. What's good, man? Gary Bama for life. What's good, bro? Y'all coming in hot with it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It's Friday. Turn the music up. What's up, Coach? What's up, Gary? How you feeling, man? How y'all feeling? What's good, everybody? Run it up. Call it in the chat. Uncle Jay in the chat. Yes, sir. Hey, tell him again. Bring that ain't here, boy. Let's get it, baby. Nah, hey, I'm telling you, wait. Ain't no breaking news yet, but he's coming, bro. I'm telling you, the kid wants to come to Bama. He wants to be at Bama. And guess who else he's talking to? He got a teammate that he talking to that everybody been talking about. Now, Will Johnson has been real quiet. I haven't heard any type of news around him or anything like that. But Keon Sabb, it's a strong possibility we get this young man. I'm telling you all. He fits this scheme. He comes in and plays the one high safety. I'm telling you, we are going to have a solid secondary. That means you get to put Malachi Moore in the box and, you know, figure out who you're going to play on the Rover side. Me personally, I think Peyton Woodard is going to be in that rotation some type of way. Put Peyton Woodard at the Husky or the Rover. Jesus Christ. Red Morgan, give him a year to get some weight on him, learn the scheme real good. Not to be so aggressive, but when it's time when you see the ball in the air, then you crash on him. Keep your head up. Don't be getting no targeting, because you know Red like to hit, boy. Yes, sir. Let's get it. K-Mac, what's good? Clem, what's good? Helping what's good? Cynthia, what's good? Pedro, like, what's good? Matt Fonz, what's good? Yeah. Roll Tide, let's go. Kimberly, what's going on? T, what's good, family? Hey, Colonel Candle, that dude Jake is a natural, man. He's a natural. I can't wait to see more of what he develops into on this network, man. I'm telling you, y'all seeing some stars develop before you. I'm starting to feel like I'm becoming something important here. You know what I'm saying? Like my passion is starting to bloom. It's starting to bloom, chat. I want my passion and my blooming energy to just become so infectious amongst the Bama fan base that when we show up to 8-8, everybody gonna be having good news about something popping off for them. You know, it may not be covering Alabama sports. It might be some of your business ventures, something. I want this junk to be, look. I'm sneezing all the blessings all over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad. I spit on my mic, y'all. Look at me acting up. Y'all, so this is going to be a crazy little next 3 to 4 weeks before spring practice kickoff, man. It's going to be a crazy little few weeks, man. Wait, spring practice kickoff? No, I'm right. About 3 weeks. About 3 weeks, right? I think they said March 14th was the first week or the March 8th. Yeah, bump those. Brian, you crazy, man. You crazy. Smooth Crystal Ball be on point, y'all. Hey, sometimes now, right now, I'm like, what am I, y'all? What have I predicted as far as recruits? I think I'm like 5 of 7, maybe 6 or 7. Ryan, Noah, Mincy, but I think Mincy was a lock already. Who else? Who else was we battling for? Daniel Hill, I caught that possible flip. Early signing day, when we did early signing day coverage, you know, Stephen Duma. I had a few of them. I had a few that I was kind of tapped in with. You know, it's been a few. The most recent ones have been the most hype, but I just listen to the streets, man. The streets gonna tell you. You just gotta know. Hey, wait, that man about to come win. He might come win his ring and go and be a first round draft pick. He's a solid safety, man. They had some nice DBs at Michigan. Their 5 DBs that they rotated on the boundary, meaning the top and the 2 corners, those 5 guys were solid, man. When Will Johnson got hurt, it was no drop off. Tell him, man. This Mike Ford, tell him. Now, hey, Mike, who said y'all cheated? Hold on, let me get him. Let me get him, Mike. Who said y'all cheated? Who said y'all cheated? I'm about to pull the belt out. Who said y'all cheated, Mike? Tell on him. Snitch. Snitch on him. Snitch on. Snitch on him. Hey, who said they cheated? He said I'm a butterfly. Who's a butterfly? Hey, Mike. Hey, y'all gotta get out my boy Mike, man. Y'all gotta get out my boy Mike. Marty, what's good, famo? What's good, Marty? Joseph Davidson. Come on. Y'all gotta get out my boy Mike, man. Come on. Hey, Carla Bailey with the $10 super chat. She said, let's go. Carla, I can see you getting hyped. Let's go. I can see it. I can see it right now. Gary Bama for Life $2 super chat said, they ain't believe in us, Smook. The board did. Hey, they ain't believe in us, Gary, but the board did. Y'all is acting up tonight, man. Y'all leave. Hey, they call you, man. Hey, this is my guy. Mike is my dude, man. Y'all. Hey, I'm gonna pull him off you, Mike. Hey, y'all, undefeated. Get off my boy Mike, man. He don't hate on Bama. He actually respect Bama. Let them talk they junk. They beat us fair and square, man. They just they might have paid Seth McLaughlin, but we ain't worried about that. Seth is Judas, okay? Seth was our Judas, and he gone. You know what I'm saying? He went off to Ohio State. Let him be. Mike and them did their thing. They went and they did what they had to do, man. They did what they had to do. It was Seth. You paid Seth, didn't it? See now, Mike, if you paid Seth, now we're gonna be on your neck. You contributed to that fund. Did you put any money in that offering plate when it went around that weekend before we played y'all? Man, they brought that doggone envelope to that boy at his apartment. He started packing before the game. And the playoff game, he already had his apartment packed up, ready to transfer. Did he do that? I already know it, man. I be trying to save him. Did he do it? You would have. See, that's what you get. We knew your motives was, we saw you. We saw you, a little demon. We knew you was in here trying to start stuff up, trying to act like you respect us. Had me fooled. Look at him. Get him undefeated. Get them belt to ass. Belt to ass. I want to see all the BTA chat emotes in the chat right now. Let's go. I love how y'all let me come in and get hyped, man. Y'all don't even be looking for football for the first 10 minutes. I appreciate y'all. Let me just share my joy with y'all, man. Getting us eased in. You know, I'm an icebreaker. You know how people got to create an icebreaker to have fun. I am an icebreaker. You get what I'm saying? That's what I do. So, y'all, welcome in. This the second part of our nightcap. After me, y'all got Coach Sean. Y'all know he gonna bring it to close it out for the night. And I'm just excited, man. We got a lot of things going on. I got a huge announcement to make tonight. Hey, shout out to my guy Patriot Life, man, with the 5 gifted memberships. We might be able to get that boy Coin God a membership now, man. Coin God, where you at? Where you at? Don't get quiet because I'm on the screen. I'm about to fire you up too. You come in here with some more crazy stuff tonight. Hey, appreciate that, Patriot Life. I appreciate that. Coin God, if I ever get on the call-in segment, Brand, I want you to be like my premier call-in guy. You know how Kyle has AJ during the season? Y'all know how Kyle got AJ during the season? I want Coin God, or who else? Who else do I be getting at, y'all? Who else do I be getting at? We gotta have it. Like when we have our different segments and start taking phone calls, Coin Guy, you gotta be my calling guy. You gotta be the one that I get. Like when we get on the phone, yeah, he probably hid every time I come in here and get on his neck. He get to hiding. I don't know why he gets so butthurt. Tell him to come back, man. Y'all text that, man. Tell him come on back in here. Yeah, get Coin Guy a membership, man. I like when Coin Guy be trolling. That Arkansas fan. I mean Alabama. Hey, Mike, I know you would. He broke it. They call him Cap Guy. They don't even call him Coin Guy. But y'all, appreciate y'all for hanging out tonight, man. Hanging out all day. You know, the new schedule, I know it took some of y'all some adjusting to, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna pick back up as spring ball come back around. Y'all know the recruiting news with the portal being open. Michigan guys starting to make a few moves, so we might see a few DBs make visits over the next 2 weeks. I know Keon Sabb is definitely a target. It was confirmed communication between Mo Linguist, Courtney Morgan earlier today, and he's been very vocal about being interested in Alabama as of the past few hours. So let's see what happens. I know Oklahoma is in the runnings for him. You know, they're kind of reporting that Oklahoma just offered his little brother or something like that. And so that would be something to be on the lookout for, see if they try to get a package deal dream pitched to him. But Keon doesn't have a year to waste. He's not trying to waste a year. I think he's going to be right at home at Bama. So if I had to crystal ball it right now, I'm going to say about 75, 85% sure. I'm about 85% lean that Keon, and all I'm doing is waiting for an announcement. If he announces that he's coming to visit, I expect him to commit. So if y'all see any news about an announcement while we're live tonight or anytime tonight, make sure we talk about it. I think last week around this time, late night, we got the news about Ryan Grubb, right? And we went and started talking about it. And yeah. But yeah, so it wouldn't be crazy to get some crazy news. You know, something might happen overnight. They might have flew the young man already to T-Town. You know, I don't know. I haven't been tracking it since earlier. I think I've seen enough and heard enough and heard enough people say the right things for me to have a good feel about Keon Sabb. And what it is, Like we're working to where when Bama football on YouTube reaches out, it's not a wait list type thing. We're working to get in that rank. So the more you all support, share, like, you know, bring the super chats, the fan funders. You start adding more fan funders. Guys, we're going to continue to grow. This network is going to continue to grow. Like I said, you want to become a fan funder, hit that link at the top, that hyperlink at the top of the chat. Hit that bad boy and go through the options. You could be a member for as low as $2.99, and that's a monthly fee that comes out. You can give people, if you're already a member, you can give memberships, meaning you can purchase memberships for random people in the chat, and YouTube will divvy those out based off of a person's reactions and all of that stuff. So yeah, good to see that happening. And then you get access. So with the perks, you get access to all the emotes. You get access to the exclusive videos that we're going to be posting here, all the shorts. We actually should have some being uploaded this weekend. So be looking forward to that. And then you fund the whole team. You fund the team. You pay for what you see. It's free to watch, but it's not free to operate. So you all supporting monetarily is great. Back to the subjects at hand, y'all. We got a few topics tonight. I want to dive into them, just knock them out. And that way we can get to the funny stuff. But let's talk some business real quick. Let's talk some business. Let's talk about Keon. We already just talked about Keon. Let's talk about who shines in the spring, right? This is something that everybody kind of has been speculating about already. I think we've kind of set this narrative that it's going to be a lot of competition, as expected. It should be that way. No seniority rule, none of that. And I told you all earlier that the spring workouts, the fourth quarter program, that is going to be the start of evaluating this new era of Alabama football. And Matt Rule and that staff, they have an important job. All those off-field analysts, all those assistants, you know, those position coaches, they're having an important job to, you know, building those relationships during these workouts, pushing guys even in this preseason workout period. While guys are trying to get in shape, you got some guys that are probably going to have weight loss goals, weight gain goals that they need to reach. Seeing how committed guys are to doing the small things, the little things, going to treatment, physical therapy, all that's going to be important and play into their development and their, you know, their looks on the earlier spring. Shout out to Uncle Jay. He said, mark my word, Courtney Morgan will close Sabb. You know what? It's not so much Courtney Morgan going out and getting the players, guys. It's Courtney Morgan knowing what the players are liking. You know what I'm saying? That's what Courtney Morgan does. It's not that he's out there actually like recruiting players. So I don't think people understand what his role is. He assembles staff together, puts powerful staffs together, and presents, you know, the marketing side for recruiting. Being recruited by Alabama, being recruited when he was at Washington. Like, how can he gets to be there to make that point, you know, be that part of the recruiting process, not necessarily going out and saying, ooh, he talented, let's go look at him. Nah, he's more so like the support for the coaches that go and talk to these players and you know, start divvying up what they do. So not necessary for NIL, man. He talks about the structure of the system that they have set in place at Alabama when it comes to recruiting. When it doesn't recruiting, that once you get to college, that doesn't stop recruiting. You're still getting recruited by NFL scouts, all of that. Courtney Morgan, he ties all that, sets people up on the staff to continue to study the development process of that. That's why you have so many people as support roles on the administrative side. You have like Courtney Morgan probably got like 15 people that work for him, right? Kyle talked about this. Courtney Morgan might have 15 people. Jeff Banks might have 8 or 9 people. Like, they have different staffs under them, and these are the staffs that do the small behind the scenes stuff that keep track of who's here, who we talking to, where they're staying at, you know, where's their status with us. That's what Courtney Morgan is doing. So yeah. Hey, Coach, are we still in it for Antonio Coleman? Cynthia, appreciate the $2 super chat. And yeah, I think we are. He's been real big on this little initiative to kind of be like, I'm War Eagle, but he's talking about coming back to Alabama this summer, making another visit. He's already verbally commit to Auburn. You get what I'm saying? So he continue to come around. He just keep on playing with fire. And this system is built for him. He gets to be ferocious in the middle of the defense and just go crazy. He gets to go crazy. So I think we got a good chance of flipping him. But who shines in spring? Let's talk about it. I'm thinking maybe it's going to be one of the vets are going to shine. Let's start on the offensive side. I think right now coming in, even with early enrollees, I think Justice Haynes is going to have his shine, right? But that's obvious. I think in this spring game, I think Jalen Milroe will shine, guys. And I mean, like, I think we will start to believe based off the way he's going to have this offense looking when he has his chances during the spring game. Kalen DeBoer, Nick Sheridan, Jamarcus Shepard. I was about to say Russell. This staff, these offensive minds surrounding Jalen Milroe is probably the most, I guess you could say most continuity. I guess, is that the word? The most well put together type of staff to have with a quarterback like Jalen Milroe, because Jamarcus Shepard could kind of give him the standpoint of pass game concepts, coordinating what we're setting up and how we're setting up with based off of timing, right? Then you got Nick Sheridan, who has the QB coach experience, who has the passing game coordinating experience, and he also has the offensive play calling experience. So you tie all those things together, you put him right there in the room with him, in the film room, breaking it down for him, giving him that everyday development, all four quarterbacks, not just Milroe, but this is me making my case for why this will be an awesome year for Milroe, or awesome game for Milroe, or awesome showing in spring. And then you got Kalen DeBoer, who is going to work hand in hand with the quarterback coach, whoever the primary quarterback coach is. Kalen DeBoer has a psychological approach to how he deals with his quarterbacks. And it's not more so looking at film, drawing up plays, more so that it's about how you see things when you're actually on the field. That's what Kalen DeBoer likes to get to. He likes to get behind the vision of his quarterbacks and see how he could break down how they're seeing things. You get what I'm saying? So that's a good thing to have when you have a quarterback who's literally just one technical thing away from being a solid first round pick. Jalen Milroe will, if he takes to this tutelage and this teaching and this development like I think he will, I'm predicting he will. Jalen Milroe will be a Heisman runner in the Heisman race, and he will be a solid first round pick. I tell you that. And they're not going to try to change his form. They're not going to try to change none of that. They're going to see what he's comfortable with, and they're going to develop that into what they need him to do for this offense. And it's going to create so much value for him. So I think Jalen Milroe is going to shine on the offensive side. I think Casey Poe is going to shine. Is going to shine on the offensive side too. I'm hearing a lot of action about him being in that guard competition because Tyler Booker is really. They're really considering putting Tyler Booker and Jaden Roberts on the same side. And if they do that, that's going to be crazy. So I don't know if the competition that I'm hearing about with Casey Poe is him in the interior as far as being the second guy. But I think he's going to have a strong showing. So if at any time, maybe you might have, and God forbid, any type of injury between the guards, the two guards in the center, I think Casey Poe will probably be the sixth or seventh lineman off the fourth in that rotation. He'll be the fourth guy off the bench for the interior. And I think the third guy off the bench for the tackle rotation is probably going to be Wilkin Formby. A lot of people have been kind of sleeping on Formby because Miles McVay is just this uber athlete. But I think Wilkin Formby has gotten some real intense training. And as far as his explosiveness and his quickness to engage and his control, how he can control defensive linemen and keep his balance is tremendously improved. He's starting to put on some big boy weight, not baby weight, but some big boy weight. Got a little solid. I don't think he's gained much weight, but you can see that he's been in the weight room. He's been in the lab doing his thing. And I think Wilkin Formby might have a great spring. I think he might shine. Also, on that offensive line, I'm starting to love this offensive line group more and more each day. I'm looking at Rock Montgomery. I think he's going to have a big day, especially if he gets to line up against, a lot of the 3s and 4s. If he ends up in that type of rotation for the O-line, because your first O-line and your second O-line are kind of split evenly. And it's going to be curious to see how the scrimmages are set up. Are they going to mix it up? Is it going to be first team versus second team, or is they just going to have like red and white, a first team on ones and ones, 1D, 1O, versus and 2O, 2D versus each other? Like, is it going to be like that, or are they just going to mix it up and try to make it as even as possible? That's going to be curious to see too, man. So I think that's going to be, that's going to play a factor on who shines this 8A game. But yeah, Justice Haynes. I think Richard Young might pop a few. I think he'll get a chance to pop a few because he's probably going to be the third back, so he'll be on that second string, third string lineup, running against probably the younger guys, and he has a leg up on them this year. And with him having a year on campus already, so I think Richard Young might have a crazy day. Receiving core, this tight ends included. I think Danny Lewis is going to go off. I really do. I think CJ Dupree might have a solid day, but I think Danny Lewis will go off. Caleb Odom will show some flashes. But like I said, he's still in this development stage, and he's going to be more so used as a wide receiver throughout the season. I think he'll get his opportunities. He'll have key plays for him, key looks for him in the red zone. So yeah, Caleb Odom, he'll have a few plays. Somebody that I think is going to go crazy if they get 5-6 touches, Emmanuel Henderson. I think Emmanuel Henderson is about to remind you who Emmanuel Henderson is when he was getting recruited to Alabama as a running back. Like, Emmanuel Henderson before his injury was probably going to be in that rotation as a freshman. And he's now moved to wide receiver, and literally injury has kept him from staying in the rotation. So I think Emmanuel Henderson might go crazy. Guys like Wade's World, no way. No way. Not even close, Wade. We got to stop. We got to pause. We got to pause and talk about this. Wade, not even close. Go look at how CJ Dupree runs his routes. CJ Dupree hasn't dropped a pass all year. He's the only one that didn't. Wait, no, I'm not going to lie like that. He did not drop a pass, though. He had 0 drops this year. And CJ Dupree takes some hits. He took some mean. Jalen Milroe put my boy out there a few times. And Dupree, he goes low, catches the ball. His catch radius is way better than Cam Latu's. He's faster. He blocks better. Blocks way better. You got it. Wait, pull back on that, man. Pull back on that. Now, if you would have said he reminds you of Colin Peak. If Colin Peak would have been in more used more so in the pass scale, yeah. I could see that, a more athletic Colin Peak, but he ain't no Cam Latu. Cam Latu did good for only playing tight end for 3 years. His 3 years at Alabama. The 3 years he played at Alabama. So I ain't knocking Cam Latu, but yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. He ain't no OJ. No, sir. He ain't no OJ either. He ain't no EJ. Yeah, I think Darkwing, I'm like you. I feel like and it's only because he played the position. He's played the position longer. And like I said, no knock on Latu, but Dupree is not another Latu. The frame not even the same. They're not even built the same. Yeah, Latu he came in as a defensive end, outside linebacker, defensive end. Yeah, hey, Brian, you absolutely 100% correct. What about Robbie, the H-back? So Robbie is a tight end. He plays H-back, but he's still a tight end. He's still a tight end. When they line up, they don't have H-backs doing their own thing for warm-ups. H-backs are with tight ends. So Robbie, the tight end / H-back, I don't think he's going to have to prove much. I don't think they're going to put him out there to do a lot. I think he'll have opportunities to be out there split to kind of showcase that ability. But when the season starts, Robbie Ooze will be like a Swiss Army knife. He'll be using that 12 personnel, 13 for sure. I could see a set with Boots, Danny Lewis, and Dupree on the field at the same time with one wide receiver and one back. And that could be a solid lineup. You could get run pass scheme out of that. You can play action over top with Lewis. Like, we watched Lewis film earlier, right? We watched. There go Coin God talking about Robbie a blocker. He's solid. You right, Coin God. I ain't gonna get at you. Robbie Ooze, he is your new age fullback tight end. Yes, that's what the H back is. But on the roster, he's a tight end. And the thing is, Robbie he got some crazy hands. He's an athlete. Alabama didn't showcase that. They didn't have that plan for him, in the previous styles of offense. And he's kind of taking a liking to this role of bruiser in the hole. You get what I'm saying? Bruiser, being physical. Well, Robbie Oots, I'm not going to say he's Brock Bowers athletic, but he has that type of athleticism. You get what I'm saying? I think at the next level, whoever gets Oots in a if he goes undrafted or if he goes late, they might find a lot of value in keeping him around on the roster as a role player because he has that type of value. You could put him just about anywhere, fullback, H-back, tight end. You could split him out at the point man in the wide receiver concept. I mean, in a bunch set. You could split him at the X, make him be a big Y out there, a big X out there. I mean, he's athletic. The kid can dunk. He run like a 4'6", 4'7". I mean, what is he? 245, 250, 6'4", 6'3", 245, 250. I mean, he's athletic. So I think Robbie Ooze might have a solid day. I just don't think he's gonna like have a crazy breakout day, shine or anything like that. Defensively, let me start with some young guys I feel like going to show up. Peyton Woodard. Y'all gonna get tired of me talking about Peyton. Pepe. I'm telling y'all gonna get tired of me talking about Pepe, and it's fine. I don't mind y'all getting mad at me talking about Pepe, but I really think Peyton Woodard has, not skill set wise, but career progression wise, I really think Peyton Woodard might be our next Minkah Fitzpatrick. Like, he may not start game one, but when he does start to get reps and get involved in the game, the rotation, we're going to be able to tell the difference of when he's on the field in a good way, when he's on the field and when he's not on the field. And that's no knock against any other safeties on the field. Malachi Moore, Devontae Smith, right now Tony Mitchell, right now Grayson Hubbard, Rodarius Morgan. None of y'all, nothing against the current safeties. Nothing against Keon Sabb, because I think he's going to be a day one starter. He gets on, he's not coming to be in rotation. He's going to be that top guy, the free safety over top. But I think Peyton Woodard is going to make a case for being that either the Husky or the Rover, however they leverage it and place those guys in those positions. I think Peyton Woodard has a very early progression plan to get on the field. So I would love to see that. Xavier Brown, everybody keep talking about Xavier Brown. I think he's solid. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to have an opportunity to start. But I think the guy that everybody is sleeping on, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I don't know why y'all keep doing me like this. I keep having to show y'all and tell y'all these things. But when I be talking about stuff that I know I be talking about, I be saying it a lot because I know what I be talking about. And this guy, Zay Mincy, I'm telling y'all, if he gets out there and he can play safety, he can play free safety, strong safety, he's a solid corner. If he gets put onto the not the boundary side, if he gets put to the help side, the strong side, if he gets put to the strong side as a corner, if that's where they put him at, if he goes to the ISO side and they make him compete over there, he might fall behind with Xavier Brown in that area. But if he's the strong side corner, that is going to be something to deal with because he has instincts like no other. He gets in the hip of the receiver early in their phase, in their progression. I mean, their route progression. He diagnoses routes, the second phase and third phase routes. He diagnoses them quickly. I mean, and he didn't play at a poo-poo level in high school. He played against other D1 athletes, other D1 receivers in his league. So I really think he's going to transition well to this scheme and what the corner is designed to do, because that strong side corner, he a lot of times he has like match zone, cover 3 concept, not going past the hash, not crossing the hash unless he has weak side crossing, and still even then they have a bump scheme set up. Everything's like kind of bracketed with Kane Womack's defensive play calling style because he's going to gamble and send pressure up front. He's not going to worry about too much happening underneath because everything's going to be in front of him. In front of these guys, he's going to allow these guys to play aggressive on the interior. When you're talking about your inner wide receivers, he's going to allow guys to go up and play close to the line of scrimmage. Get guys off track. Stop giving them free releases just because they lined up tight to the line of scrimmage. I never understood why we did that under Coach Saban in the latter part of the years. Daquan Menzie, one of my bros, he used to ask, you know, he never understood it either because he played the star position under Coach Saban, and they will walk up and I mean press across the board. They will press across the board. And I mean, you know, the game has changed, but it is. I think Zay Mincy is going to be there, right there in that running. Now, some older guys I see to kind of like break out. Some of you all were already talking about it. Tony Mitchell. I'm ready to see this young man break out. I think he's ready. And I honestly, me and Jake Merrill was just talking about it. Keon Sabb looking like a more serious thing as the hours go by. I think Tony Mitchell will be a guy to watch. And if they slide him out to corner, we won't see a freshman starting at cornerback. Tony Mitchell can play corner. Tony Mitchell can play corner. He's naturally a safety. He's better at safety. But a year under his belt now in the college level, all them practices, and you know he had to work his way out the doghouse. So you know they was putting him on the ones. Jermaine Burton, all those guys route technicians. Kobe Prentice played a lot of slot. Kendrick Law played a lot of slot last season. Like he has practice covering those type of those receivers. I think he can go out to the perimeter in this scheme and be solid. On again, strong side corner. You got to be a special type of cover guy to play on the ISO side, the weak side corner, the boundary. You got to be a special type of guy, and you got to be a rangy free safety to understand how to play over top of everything that's going on under you. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on the first and second level, being in the linebacker level. So I'm excited to see Tony Mitchell get out there. Defensive line, I think this is going to be an opportunity for Curtis Perry, James Smith, Jordan Renard, Edric Hill. Those guys are going to show their value, and we're going to see how deep our rotation is. I don't think we're going to see it pop off anything from Otis or Keenan. You know, they're going to do what they do. You know, that we're used to seeing them. I think Perry, James Smith, who else? Edric Hill, Jordan Renard, Ja Latham. Ja Latham did a lot last year that goes overlooked. I think he's going to continue to grow. I think the young guys, Isaiah Fager, going to probably have a good showing in his first spring. He is on campus. He's already enrolled, I think. I think that was him in that video. Yeah, man. Deron Payne Jr. You know what? I didn't say him because I felt like he was solid last year. He had his moments early when he started getting in rotation, but I think that was due to just, not being conditioned. But once the season got rolling and he became more of a consistent rotational player, getting those reps in the game, he did solid to me. So yeah, I don't think he's like a big day from him. Would it be like a shine, like him shining? I don't think he's going to go crazy. If we get pressure on the QB like we think we can, we just need decent cornerbacks. Glenn, we actually that's what I think Kane Womack is kind of dialed in on. Scheming up some of the best 4-man pressures, 5-man pressures that get his bookends and his rabbits to the quarterback. Anything that causes, 2 to 3 offensive linemen to do pass offs, and you got big bodies that can get off the ball quick, can get out of their stance quick, maintain a low pad level and drive through arm reaches and double teams, can split double teams. I made a statement earlier. It's not just with the D line though. Look at the style of linebacker, the anatomy of the linebackers that we're recruiting to come in on the edge now. You talking about Noah Carter? Look at his size, 6'2", 6'3". No, Noah Carter 6'4", 230, right? Then you got Quay Russaw. Quay Russaw, I think, is 6'3", about 245 right now, 240. You got Jeremiah Beeman. He's on the D line. I'm sorry, Jeremiah Alexander. I think Alexander's 6'4". Let me pull up our roster real quick. I'm gonna pull our roster up real quick. I want y'all to see some of the size of these. Just the depth chart right now, because we got some dudes, man. Come on, thing. Internets, come on, internets. Come on, internets, come on. Come on, internets. Internets want to act up right now, y'all. They don't want a brother to be great. It's all good. Let's go. Let's go to positions, and then I'm gonna share this screen once we get it up. All right, there go. There we go. Present orbs. All right, y'all. Here we go. All right, so what we was talking about, D-line. Let's talk about it. I got to move my camera a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. D-line. No, we was talking about linebackers. I'm sorry. So check this out. Off the edge, we know... why does his name seem familiar, chat? Why that name seem familiar? I don't know. That name, it looked familiar for some. So Jeremiah Alexander, we saw him get moved from the edge to inside. Like I said, he was about 6'3", but he's 6'2", 249 on the roster. So that 250 edge range that we was talking about. But like I said, I heard he got moved inside last year, but that's a different staff. So, wait to see. If Jeremiah Alexander can get in rotation in the inside linebacker rotation, that's a dangerous little group right there. Sterling Dixon going to be inside. I know he played some edge in high school, but he's definitely going to be inside. Justin Jefferson, Caden Jones, Keely's going to be at the edge. I think that's going to be a interesting spring to watch. Y'all think Keon Keely going to go off, chat? Keon Keely. Yeah, Brian Russell. I think Noah going to be about 6'5", like Terrell Lewis. Tall and long like Terrell Lewis. Not too much size. He might be able to cap out at 245. Nice frame for a stand-up edge. Y'all think Keon Keely gonna go off? I think so too. I just wonder if he's gonna want to be a rotational player like they're gonna need him to be. Cause he will come out and start. I think he'll come out and start a lot of games, but he won't. I don't think he's gonna have a lot of snaps during games, but because of how teams are going to try to play against us. And a lot of times I think we're going to have to go heavy to force people out of, trying to run on us. And that's going to entail Keon rotating on the sting instead of the bandit. Cause you'll have a big bandit come out and you might have a wolf, my fault. You might have a big bandit come out and your wolf is still going to be your pass rush specialist. So you got to think that's Q-Rob, that's Keanu Cope. I'm hearing this creating some buzz out there. Who else on the edge out there? It might be Jeremiah Alexander still on the edge. Quay Russo, I think he's going to be an early guy you put out there on the edge. Like you gotta think about how deep this rotation is going to be. I think Jay-Sean Ross might pop off in the spring game too, y'all. I'm for real. I think he might pop off in the spring game too. I know Quay, James Smith, them boys from Montgomery, they're going to act up. Gaunt Town going to be deep. Them boys going to act up. Them Carver boys, I know them boys. Them boys going to act up. And I think that covers each position. I think we went over every position group. We went over D-line, linebackers, corners, yep, wide receivers. Quarterbacks. I didn't go over all the quarterbacks. You know what? I think both quarterbacks are going to have like a solid day. But I think Jalen Miro is going to do some things that he didn't do last year, especially like in the intermediate game. I think that. So this is a type of coaching staff, and this is what I like about Kalen DeBoer. When they talk about creating competition, they really create competition. Alex Orji and not even Orji. What was the other kid's name that left Washington? Him and Penix battled it out the whole spring. People assumed Penix was gonna, and he did, rightfully so. But they battled. They had rotations days where Penix didn't take first team snaps, and I think that's all a part of development and testing your leader. You're supposed to be leader, and I think Miro is poised for that part of it. Let's see how he develops with that passing, man. Getting those reads off quick, man. This offensive play calling style, this scheme is going to help him just if his eyes are open when he catches the ball after the snap. If his eyes are open and he goes to his first read is going to naturally lead him to his second read because of how the play call is designed. Even on a hitch, if it's a hitch right here, the play call design says, oh, snap, he's covered. And the moment you get ready to look downfield, the natural motion of looking downfield, you might see the corner or the post that's getting ready to come off, or the seam that's coming off of that hitch, or the deep out that's the comeback, because it's naturally just your natural progression. You know, maintaining clock on your backside, but you know what I'm saying? Natural progression, you get to see all this stuff because of the way the play call is designed. And then a lot of the base play calling starts by one read. Look at the safety. Look at the safety. A lot of K-Log gonna get crazy amount of him Hampton. I think Aaron Hampton, Emmanuel Henderson, and Kendrick Law are gonna be jet sweep galore. And Jeremy Bernard, I think, but he's not gonna get it from the slot. I think that'll be like an offset jet sweep from the Z or the X with Jeremy Bernard. I'm happy about Rico Scott. The wide receiver room, I think, gonna make a lot of big plays. I think we're gonna see a lot of 50-50 balls thrown up in this 8A game. A lot of 50-50 jump balls in the red zone. Because they're gonna want to showcase, see if Jalen Hill is really a go up and get a guy. And they're gonna be happy to see that he is. You know what I'm saying? Rico Scott too. Caleb Odom. Yep. I'm excited. Reality or reach for tonight, y'all. Let me check the email. I came here and tried to hype y'all up for reality or reach. Let me see if y'all got hype enough. What time is it? Oh yeah, we got Coach Sean coming up next, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Got Coach Sean coming up here on the next segment. We got one. We got a reality or reach, yeah. Oh, Darkwing Duck reaching for the stars. Reach for the sky. Appreciate Darkwing Duck for the tonight's reality or reach is brought to you by the undefeated. You don't know if it's reality until you reach for it. This segment is brought to you by Coach Smoot, Director of Player Personnel for Bama Football on YouTube. Hope you enjoy. Can't tell me they ain't sound like a doggone commercial. Y'all thought y'all was on a commercial, didn't it? Yeah. Hey, Todd, did you just text me that? Was you the person that just texted me that on my phone? You got my number for somebody? Because I swear I can show you. Just got word Keon and Jihad grew up playing ball together. Don't know if it's true, but something to pay attention to. Much love, bro. Oh, man, that'd be crazy, Todd. You ain't text me? I need to change my number. It'll help at least one person wouldn't care if one day you wanted to share my story. Hey, I will. We're gonna save it though. We're gonna save it, man. We're gonna talk to Kyle. We're gonna have different we got some plans coming. Just no, we got some plans coming. You know. Let me see. But reality or reach. And I'm gonna bring my brother on too, man. So Sean, you ready? Close this segment out with me. You can jump in with me. Let's get Sean in here, chat. What's up, bro?
What's up with you, Coach Smook? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Real good. Hey, shout out to Adam East with the $2 super chat. He said reality or reach 50 points a game. Adam, see, you don't be paying attention. I'm not gonna do it. Just because you gave $2 and you a member, you thought you was gonna, you ain't even a member. He thought he was gonna get slick. Hey, Doc Wayne, he thought he was appreciate that $2, bro. But you ain't slick, Adam. You ain't slick.
So, Coach, do I need to can you fix it to where it keep playing, or do I need to go into brand and do it myself, or like?
You could do it yourself.
So
I think you could practice it right now. It'd be a
when
good
you
chance.
leave, will it stop?
Huh?
When you leave, will it stop?
Nuh-uh. It's gonna be you got control. You got access now.
Yeah. Okay. So when you leave, it'll still be playing.
Do your do your share screen. Share your screen with your graphic if you got it set up already.
All right.
Whenever you get it set up, go ahead and do it. I talk to people with the reality reach.
You mean just want me to add the graphic?
Yep. Present share screen. See that's mine right there.
Wait a minute.
I don't even see yours down there yet.
Hold on. Oh, that's yours. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, there it is. There. I think that's it. Wait a minute.
Oh, you had it. You had it coming up, I think.
Whose is that?
That's Taylor. That's Merrill's down there, and then the fan funder. Just hit present and then go to your graphic. But yeah, Darkwing Duck. He go to reality or reach. Here we go. What's up?
Where she got it saved at? Because I don't see it on mine.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up for you. I'm gonna pull it up.
All right.
And I'll leave my laptop up for you because I ain't got to use my laptop for my thing tonight.
Okay.
Hold on, chat. Let me get my brother straight. I got you set up when it's time.
Was it in the list down here?
Nuh-uh. It ain't gonna be down there. It's gonna be on the other app.
You gotta pull it from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you pulling it from?
I got the app on the app that we just downloaded.
Oh, it's on there. See,
yeah,
ain't on
Slack.
my computer. It's
yeah,
on my phone.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did. All right. Where that thing at? Okay, let me present some. Hold on, where it's at. All right, let's get Sean's thing up here, y'all. Share this tab. Make sure I did it right. Yeah. Oh yeah, we in there. It won't let me. Code? For sure, bro. Look, we figuring this thing out, bro. Hey, but yeah, reality or reach. Here we go. And I'm gonna get out y'all way because Sean about to turn y'all up real quick. Bama's defense, and this from Darkwing Duck. Shout out Darkwing Duck with the reality or reach. Bama's defense will finish the season, including playoffs, with 45 plus sacks. Reality or reach? Now, I'm gonna give my background on this, and I want y'all to take this into account. Y'all remember earlier when I was talking about Kane Womack as defensive coordinator at Indiana? Through the first 7 games, they were the number 3 team in the nation as far as forced turnovers and sacks that year, 2019. Kane Womack was the defensive play caller. That defense went from being ranked number 47 the year before, 51 the year before, to 17 the next year. When Indiana started the season 7-1, that was Kane Womack's 4-2-5 defense they were running. Okay? They had 7 interceptions in the first 4 games of the season. Mind you, in that season, and I'm going to go back and pull the schedule up. 2019 Indiana football schedule. Let me see. Was it 2019 or 2020? It wasn't 20. Okay, yeah, here you go. So this is the year they beat Penn State. Rutgers hot offense team. They beat that team, right? They beat where that was. Nebraska that year. They pulled out a lot of close ones. Maryland under Loxley, right? High power offense. They got smacked by Ohio State. We're not gonna talk about that. That was early in the season. But they were the highest scoring defense at the time. When that stat hat came out. And then they started getting a lot of injuries. Kane Womack, started getting a lot of looks for other. So if I had to go with it, looking at what Kane Womack has available, and I mean, like, really what he has available, we just got there and talk about depth. 45 is not a hard number to touch, bro. It's not. Not in this play calling style. This ain't gap scheme. Like, if this was gap scheme 4-2-5, I'm scared because now we're giving the O-line too many opportunities to combo on our blitz calls and all that stuff. So, yeah, it might be. 45 is a lot. I will say that 45 is a lot. What y'all think? What you think, Sean?
Bro, you know what? When I say this, I really mean it. I honestly just don't know, bro. I really don't know.
I'm gonna have to wait till 8A to really see and project. But just for the fun of it, I'm gonna say reach.
Who you got at defensive end?
I mean, that's the thing. How much heavy package we gonna see? How much heavy package we gonna have to see? Because if you're playing a lot of heavy, you're only gonna have one true edge rusher out there. You're gonna have a big end on the other side.
Yeah, I want to see that because at least
how effective are they gonna be?
Yeah, man, that'll tell me a little more about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just don't know. I need to see something from them.
Yeah,
I'm so blind on who gonna be playing where.
Yeah.
As far as the guys we don't know, I mean, it's potential. Yeah, with the talent we have, that shouldn't be a far reach at all, right?
Yeah. And I only say 45 is a reach for me because it's 45. Like that means your defense is clicking from week 1, and I could pull the schedule real quick. I think we will be on pace for 45 early in the season, but you get into the gauntlet, I think it's a different style of game that's going to be played because everybody will kind of have a not a leg up, but they'll kind of have a good gist of what we want to be. They have a good idea of what we want to be identity wise. But I could see maybe 5 or 6 sacks week 1, maybe 4, 5 week 2.
Because think about it. That's about what, 3-4 sacks on the regular season? 45, between 36 and 45, 36 and 48.
Yeah, that's 3 or 4 sacks a game.
Even if we don't get that against Texas A&M, we might make up with that against Western Kentucky,
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just never know.
45, now that I'm looking at it does make more sense because I'm thinking at LSU, that's going to be a big one, right? That's going to be one where I think Kane Womack is going to go balls to the wall, aggressive with his defensive play calling. To take the life out of the stadium. That's what we would think with his style of play calling. He did it at Indiana against Michigan. They blitzed against Michigan that year.
Right.
Tennessee, same type of vibe. So it could happen. Both of these are new starting quarterbacks, right? There'll be a couple games into the season, but you look at LSU schedule, I think to this point they would have had to play Georgia, I think, at by the time they seen us. Let me pull their schedule up real quick before I get out of here. LSU football schedule 2024. Oh no, they don't really see nobody before us, bro.
Really?
November 9th. They got A&M, but I don't think A&M going to be anything. Yeah. Ole Miss will be there for that. Yeah. They got USC kickoff weekend. That's going to be a blowout. They're going to blow them boys out. So LSU kind of looked up. They got a basic schedule. Ain't nothing special about their schedule. They get us, and then they get Florida, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh man, LSU should win at least 7, 8 easy ones.
I think so too. They should.
Yeah. South Alabama. They start the season off USC, Nicholls, South Carolina, UCLA, South Alabama. At home against South Alabama, at home against UCLA, at home against Nicholls, at home against USC. Oh no, they playing in Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna go with reach for now, just because I don't know how much heavy package are. So I'm gonna say reach, but I think we get close. I think we get if we start off the season with like 6 in that first game. That's going to tell me a good thing. That means we could average about 2 to 4 a game if we pop off with like 6 or 7 in week 1 against Western Kentucky. Because that means it's going to be, it's going to be what it is. But yeah, man. Hey, chat, I'm up out of here. I'm going to hand this thing over. I'm going to hand the keys over to Coach Sean. Don't forget, follow your boy at Coach Smook on every platform. If you're pulling up after Sean closes out tonight on Bama Late Night, we will be live after this. Live ends. Pull up, man. It's community night. It's a special night, a very special night. I want everybody to pull up. I have a huge announcement that I want to, kind of start the night off with. And I would love for everybody to show up in masses, share it on Twitter, do all that, making a huge announcement. It's a big announcement. That's why I'm making it on here. So please, once this live ends, pull up, support your boy. I'm trying not to be emotional because it's a big moment for me, but not for me, but for everybody that's involved. So, yeah, catch y'all later. It's been fun. Sean, take the keys, man. Roll Tide, undefeated. Y'all are the greatest. Appreciate everybody. Much love. And Sean, I'm gonna get on out your way, brother. Handle your business, bro.
I'll be there, bro. Roll Tide to you. You already know I got you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to my brother, Coach Smook, man. Love that dude, man. Real talk, man. That guy does an absolute awesome job. Love what he do. Love how he do it. Deserves everything that's coming his way. You better believe that, man. Shout out to the undefeated, man. What's up with you guys, bro? How you feeling, man? Back in the house again. Was on here about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, man. Back in the house with you guys again to close it out, man. What you guys doing? What is going on in the undefeated? How you feeling? How you doing? Music playing. We in here, man. Let me see who in here. I gotta know. I gotta know who in here, bro. Let me see who in here, man. Kimberly Harmon. Start off with Kimberly Harmon. What's up, Kimberly? Roll Tide to you. Ephraim is in the house, man. Sakib Hassan is in the house. What's up, Sakib? How you doing, man? Wade's World. Nicole is in there. Where you was at, Nicole? I thought you was here earlier. Where were you? Ricky Smith is in the house. Marquita is in the house. Marquita, what's up with you? How you feeling? Dr. 334, my brother's in the house. How you feeling? Tink, what's up, bro? Tink is in the house, of course. Kendall Curtis is in the house. Tink, Nicole, as I said, LaQuisha Gordon is in the house. Wendy Six is in the house. Jay Propes is in the house. Sean Williams is in the house. What's up, Sean? JJ is in the house. Ephraim, OG Ephraim is still in here. Kimberly, as I said, Nicole, Cynthia Middleton. What's up, Cynthia? How you doing? Hey, Tink, you already know, my friend. You already know, man. Trying to, bro. Plain Doctors in the house. Health and Wealth is in the house. Man, we in here. Deep Ties in the house. What's up, Ty? How you doing, man? Hope everything's going good with you, bro. How you feeling? How you doing? Alejandro Vargas is in the house. What's up with you, Alejandro? I'm good, man. Blessed and highly favored. You already know, man. We in here to close it out tonight. Bringing the juice, man. Trying to get it. What's up, Marvin Waffle House? Jermaine Mims in here. Xavier Barker. What's up, with you, bro? Xavier. Trevor Pernell, what's up with you, bro? How you feeling, man? What's going on with you, homie? How you doing? Hope everything going good for you, man. Clinton Howard, man, we up in here. Janet Forsyth, what's up, Janet? How are you? Roll Tide to you, Janet. DeMarco Brooks, what's up with you, brother? How you feeling? How you doing, man? Stephen Angle is in the house. Dr. 334, as I said, is in the house. Man, we in here deep, man. Soul Poor High is in the house. Kendall Curtis is in the house. What's up, Kendall? What's going on with you, bro? I don't want to say your name wrong. Eniko Gordon. What's up, Eniko? How you doing? EG. That's what I'm gonna say. What's up, Eniko? EG is in the house, man. How you doing, my friend? Hope everything going good with you, man. Eric Burrow. What's up with you, bro? Anitra is in the house. How you guys doing? Roll Tide to you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday night. It's crazy because I was just watching the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game and it's snowing in Indianapolis. And it was damn near 70 degrees up here today. It was like 67. It's crazy, man. This weather is just crazy. Up, down, right, left, all type of ways, man. Cook them up. What's up with you, bro? How you feeling? How you doing? Kyle RTR, Sarah Ferguson, and Sean Wiley. What's up with y'all, man? Much love to the undefeated. Always deep. Always in the chat. Always juiced up. Always give me hype. Much love to you all, man. Got a few little topics gonna cover tonight, man, before we close this thing out. Rich B, what's up with you, man? How you doing, Rich? Hope everything going good for you, man. Roll Tide to you. This Robert Balla situation, I ain't gonna call it a situation, but I'll just say Robert Balla. You know, Robert wasn't retained by this coaching staff. He ended up going to be the defensive coordinator at Western Michigan, right? DC, Western Michigan. Again, NIL. Western Michigan as opposed to Washington. You already know, Marquita. You already know, right? So he's been on that job for a couple of weeks now. Ended up getting the same job he did at Alabama, linebackers coach at Washington. So he hops another job again to Washington. Me personally, I believe we should have kept Coach Balla. That's just me. I think our inside linebackers, thank you, Ronald Thompson, Roll Tide to you, man. I think our inside linebackers was probably the best this year that I've seen since, man, probably the best I've seen since Mac Wilson and Rashaan Evans, right? You know, consistently, you know what I mean? May even before that. You know what I mean? Robert Balla done a great job, I think. I think he did an awesome job. You know, for the first time in a long time, I appreciate you, Kimberly. Thank you. For the first time, our linebackers, in a long time, the linebackers weren't a liability this year, right? I can remember as talented as Christian Harris and Henry To'o was, at times, the scheme they had them guys running, man, it seemed like they was lost in the sauce, right? Physicality was non-existent. Pass coverage was non-existent. You know, I don't know what that was about. Maybe that was a Pete Golding thing, right? Ephraim says, Coach Son, tell Kyle the undefeated Nita, they acting up. Emoji. I'm going to tell him too, Ephraim. I really am, man. Let me put that in my notes, man. I'm going to tell him they acting up, emoji. I got you, brother. I got you. I think we should have kept Robert Bala. I do. I'm not even sure who's coaching inside linebackers right now. I'm not sure. But Coach Bala was a hell of a coach, man. He was consistent. He put the right guys in position. We was look at how we played against Georgia. Thumped them guys. Look how we played all season. I think we should have kept Coach Bala. I'm shocked and appalled. Not appalled, but you know, when you see him going to Washington, I wish we could have kept that guy, right? He picked the right guys to be on the field at the right times. He gave them all opportunities. You know, if Tresman wasn't doing well, he put Jihad back in. If Jihad wasn't doing, you know, was getting lost in the sauce, he put Tresman back in for that thump. You know, he put these guys in position at the right times, right? Trez, you know, we all know Georgia was a little more downhill team. So he put Trez in as his former team. So you know he was going to be motivated. And Tresman, he showed up. He showed up, man. He showed up. Yeah, he played extremely well. So I hate to see Coach Bala leave us, go to a smaller school to be a DC, then leave and go back to Washington, you know, switching coaches with Washington. I wish we could have kept him on our roster, man. I really do. I got a lot of respect for Coach Bala, you know, and how he teaches. I respect the inside-out game he teach with. I respect the shoulder leverage game he teach with. The hat on the hat, the eye opener, as we used to call it. You know, I respect how he attacked the football playing middle linebacker. I respect how he teach them to feel, you know, feel with relentlessness. Don't feel to make the tackle, just feel with relentlessness. If you see a lineman coming through the hole and he's trying to block you, you square him up and you punish him. Even if you don't make the tackle, you punish him, right? To make him think about that again. And I really enjoy he taught those techniques, and I hate to see him leave. I don't know who's coaching our inside linebackers right now, but shout out to Ebony. What's up, Ebony? How you doing, Miss Carter? Hope everything's going good with you. I love to know how cold it is up there, Ebony. This weather all across the country is crazy. I think it's hella unique for it to be 30 degrees in one place and 70 4 hours down the street. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Ebony, young Noah, and the whole Carter family. But I think we should have kept Coach Bala. I really do. That's just my humble opinion. Don't make it right. I love Coach Bala, man. He brought the energy, always brought the juice, right? Every time the linebackers made a great play, he would be a nut on the sideline, right? He was going crazy. I love seeing coaches do that. I love seeing coaches interact with the players and go crazy and just nut up with them, right? I really enjoy that, man. So I hated to see him leave. I really did. And now that he's back at Washington, a team that Coach Katie and his staff come from, is just strange and ironic. Musical chairs, switching out. It's just crazy, right? I wish we could have kept that guy. Want to give a big shout out, man, to AJ McCarron. I call AJ the Ring King, right? You know, it's a lot of good quarterbacks, a lot of great quarterbacks that have played at Alabama. But for me, AJ is the most decorated, obviously. You know, shout out to AJ McCarron, man. Got re-signed to the Cincinnati Bengals for the rest of that season. Cincinnati Bengals since waived him again. What's up, Jay Townsend? What's up with your OG? How you doing, man? How you doing? I hope you're doing okay, man. George Teague. I hope that is that the real George Teague? If it is, shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the 92 squad. Shout out to my brother Antonio Langham. You know what I mean? Shout out to George Teague, man. Right? Shout out to what I figure is one of the greatest Bama teams I've ever laid my eyes on. And that's just real deal truth, right? If that's the real George, I told Smook and them, our chat in the Undefeated George, I told them that you know, those guys back in your day, them dudes had super elite foot speed. And I was telling them about Kevin Lee. I was a young dude then. I was like in the 8th grade at that time, but I remember you guys because Chris Anderson is from up this way. And Chris was super fast up this way, right? And when I seen Sherman and them at Blount County, right? I thought that was the fastest I had seen. Then I seen that boy K. Lee, and I was like, what in the hell? That boy was like lightning in a true bottle, man. Kevin Lee was probably the fastest cat I didn't lay my eyes on as far as a receiver being that lanky, right? You got Kevin Lee was something different, man. That kid was super triple, quadruple fast. And I said, if you don't believe me, go ask George. George will tell you guys how fast that guy was, man. He was great. Shout out to the 1992 squad, best squad that I've seen, especially on the defensive side of the ball, man. But I think we should have kept Coach Bala. And as I said, shout out to AJ McCarron. Shout out to him, man. To have this long of a career in football, period, is outstanding. Katrina Blackman, shout out to you. Shout out to my sister Katrina Blackman. Yeah, that 92 team was monsters all across the damn board, man. You know what I mean? That 92 team was stupid crazy, right? You know, I was a young pup, but man, I remember those guys. I looked up to those guys, man, because when I was young, them dudes was like Superman to me. You know, back then, state track and field wasn't at Alabama and Auburn. It was at Selma, you know what I mean, in Selma, Alabama. And I remember, man, being an 8th grader, running freshman with the older guys. You got to go down there and see those guys, man, and seeing Sherman Williams and seeing Kevin Lee at Viger. I think it was Viger, if I'm not mistaken, and seeing all those dudes that went to Alabama and Auburn and how fast them dudes. It was amazing to me, man. You know, as a young guy, right? Them dudes was just Superman to us, all of them. George Teague, all of them. You know, Chris Anderson. Chris was about my size, but that dude was just super fast up here, man. That cat used to have a jerry curl and run with his shades on. It was just amazing to see, man. It really, really was. And I'll never forget those guys. Them dudes had a direct impact on me playing sports, you know, going as far as I did in football. And, you know, I take my hats off to those guys. Yeah, man, I really, really, really want to give AJ his props, because sometimes we get so far and so in love with Bryce and Jalen and Mac and, you know, everyone else that we forget about the Ring King, right? Got Juvie 86. Shout out to Juvie. Juvie says, what's good, coach? Roll Tide, roll. Juvie, roll Tide to you, man. Thank you so much for that $2 super chat. We really, really, really appreciate you for that. You guys do an awesome job and undefeated as always, man. And I thank you for that, bro. But AJ, man, I got to give AJ his credit. You know, he I guess the Bengals let him go again. For them to even call AJ back after all this time tells you his talent, right? It tells you this kid still can play the game, right? AJ probably ain't hurting for money and things of that nature, right? You know, that to go back to St. Louis Battlehawks and now and play in the USFL. And the good thing about this league is I think the Arlington Renegades won their league in the XFL, and obviously our Birmingham Stallions won in the USFL. And those two guys are going to play each other. Those two teams are going to play each other, you know, come the first game that they see one another. So that's going to be exciting. That's going to be real exciting. That's going to be real exciting. So I cannot wait for that. So shout out to AJ McCarron. And remember this, guys. Remember this. Shout out to Bryce. Shout out to Jalen. Shout out to all the quarterbacks who play here at Bama. But remember, AJ has 3 championship rings, man. 2 as a starter, 1 as a backup. Right? Shout out to Ephraim. Shout out to Ephraim. Thank you, Ephraim. How you doing, man? Thank you, Ephraim. Thank you, Ephraim. $50 super chat from Ephraim. One love, one heart, Bama Nation. Roll Tide to you, Ephraim. You always set it off with you, man. Thank you, Ephraim. We're appreciative of that. And roll Tide to you and your family, man. That's a whole fact. Thank you for that $50 super chat, Ephraim. You know what I mean? Big part of this channel, man. Thank you guys for that. EG, I already know, man. David Palmer was one of my favorite players to ever lace him up at Bama, man. Call him Papa Cherry, man. David was from up in the area. That boy was something different, man. That dude was something. I told the guys the other night on the panel, I challenge every panel person to go YouTube, David Palmer. Man, that dude was crazy. But shout out to the Ring King, AJ McCarron, after all this time, still playing ball. 2 national championships back to back, guys. 3, if you count the one he didn't start. Think about that. The guy was in college for 4 years, stayed his 4 years. He got 3 national championship rings, man. Right? So I call that kid, I don't know, I call him the Ring King, man. AJ is the Ring King. So shout out to the Ring King. He deserves all his flowers. He's still doing his thing. And for me, AJ is the most decorated quarterback to ever play at Alabama in my mind. You know, I don't know if we'll ever see a quarterback win three like that in a row, whether you're a starter or, you know, backing up. That was unique, right? And you got to give his credit and give his flowers. Shout out to AJ McCarron. OGJ says, Coach Sean, Jaleel Billingsley could have made it to the NFL if he had stayed at Bama. He's in the UFL now, the transfer. Yeah. And the thing about it is, that kid is a classic example of being impatient, thinking the grass is green on the other side. You know, sometimes it is, most times it's not, right? So sometimes these kids got to learn, man, you got to stay where you at, be where your feet are, man, and dominate your box. It's not always going to be better leaving. You can't run every time something get tough, man. Kids like that wouldn't have made it in the NFL, no way, because the NFL is a whole nother type game. Nobody's going to coddle you at that level. Nobody's going to baby you at that level. And your teammates will want to take a chunk out of your, you know what I mean, if you don't play well. These are grown men, right? And they about their business. They ain't about babying nobody. Shout out to Clinton, roll tide to you, man. $2 super chat. AJ is definitely underappreciated. One of Bama's best. Yeah, man. One of Bama GOATs. Like, exactly. You know, to see what AJ done in a different type era, right? With physical football being at the forefront. Man, you got to get that dude props, man. 3 national championships, 2 as a starter, 1 as his backup. As hard as championships are to win, nah, I give that man his just due. I give him my flowers, my cousin's flowers, my auntie's flowers, everybody's flowers. Shout out to Gil Cruz, my brother Gil. Shout out Gil. What's up, Gil? What's going on? Glad to see you up in here, Gil. Good to see you up in here, man. Roll tide to you, man. Prayers are with you. Hope everything going good, my friend. Real talk. Yeah, man. So I give AJ his flowers, all facts. You know what I mean? Walter Lewis, yeah, OG. Walter Lewis is an OG back in the day. I don't much remember him, but I did, you know, me being a football guy, I do my history. I've seen him play back in, I think it was the 80s, right? Back in Bo Jackson in them days, if I'm not mistaken, around those times. So yeah, man, you know, but think about it, guys. Amongst all that talent, right? I mean, all the talent, AJ McCarron, 3 national championship rings. AJ got a national championship for damn near every finger. Shh. Bro, it don't get no better than that, bro. Shout out to AJ, the Ring King, right? First rounders from Alabama, man. First rounders, Trevor Panier, bro. Who gonna be in the first round, bro? Do you realize we could possibly have not just first rounders, but overall, we could possibly have about 10 guys drafted, right? Kool-Aid, Terrion, Dallas Turner, J.C. Latham, Justin Ebogbe, Chris Braswell, Jermaine Burton, Tresman Marshall, Will Reichert, of course, right? And possibly Jalen Key. And I don't know about Darian Darcourt. Maybe not. Maybe late round free agent. I don't know about Darian. But Bama could easily have 9 to 10 guys drafted, right? If you're talking about first round guys, worst case scenario, Terrion, Kool-Aid, Dallas, and JC. Best case scenario, Terrion, Kool-Aid, Dallas, JC, and Chris Braswell, right? I'm hearing Chris get a lot of momentum. Chris is getting a lot of traction, right? So is Justin Ebogbe, right? Now, I think Justin won't go first round, but I do think Justin will go within the first 65 picks. So about a second round guy, maybe. Justin played very, very well at the Senior Bowl, right? So did Chris. Their workouts will be very, very, very important. If Justin Ebogbe and Chris Braswell come out and kill it at the combine and kill it at the workout at Alabama, I do believe both of those guys could go within the first 35 picks, right? Either late first, high second, right? Especially Justin Ebogbe. Justin Ebogbe has a chance to really, really, really get some lather behind his name because he played well. Justin Ebogbe quietly had a very good season, better than Christian Barmore's, right? I really believe Justin Ebogbe is going to quietly weasel his way into the second round. You know what I mean? I really believe that. He had a great season, and to see all these kids from Bama being able to be drafted and getting invited to the combine, it just tells you how Alabama and Jace McClellan. Don't forget about Jace McClellan. Don't forget about Jace McClellan. I forgot about the running backs. Jace, that's another one. So Alabama could possibly have 10 guys drafted this year, man. And that's amazing considering we had 10 last year, right? So had 11 the year before that. So it's crazy when you see the talent that's on this roster. And that's why I'm excited about the roster coming up, right? The spring football is coming up, right? Spring football is going to be in the air here in about another month, right? These guys are going to start practicing here soon. Installments will be put in. The offense will be put in. The defense will be put in. That's why I'm ecstatic to see what go on, right? When Coach Mook was asking his question, I told him, I said, I just don't know. Like, I really don't know because at this stage, guys, I don't know who going to play what, right? We know some key starters. We know Deontay Lawson. We know Jihad Campbell. We know Malachi Moore, right? We know Tim Keenan. We know Tim Smith, right? But who's going to play these other positions? Who's going to step up and fill these positions? You had the young man from Michigan, Sabb. I don't know much about that kid. Hadn't really did my research on when these kids get to transferring this late in the game. I try not to bite the apple on that. I'll be the one coach that's not going to talk about it. I'm pretty sure everybody has talked about it with you guys. I'll talk about it when he commit to Alabama. I hate doing that what if stuff, when it comes to these kids transferring in, right? I just don't like it, right? I'm going to wait and if he commits, hopefully, then I'll break it down and go hard, you know what I'm saying, and really give a breakdown of this guy. But I'll wait till then. He got a relationship with Courtney Morgan. I saw that, but I think I'll pull the reins back until I can find out or not if this kid is coming, right? See what the undefeated is talking about, man. I want to shut it down early so I can get into this undefeated. See what you guys are saying. Dr. 334, what it is, my friend, right? Man, did you guys see that? And if you didn't see it, don't go watch it, right? It ain't gonna do nothing but piss you off. This is why I don't like that guy, that Mike Griffith guy. It's like this dude always got to talk about Alabama. Have you guys noticed that these other schools, they'll devote entire podcast episodes to talking about Alabama? It amazes me. And I know why. I get it, man. Since I've been doing this, I understand what it's about. It's about how many eyeballs you can get to watch your show. The most outlandish stuff you say will draw people in to watch what you say. I get it, man. Cynthia Middleton, my girl, Cynthia say, hey, Coach Sean, it's lit in here tonight. Oh, yeah, the undefeated is crunk always. We deep on Friday night. Man, listen, we trying to get it tonight, man. We trying to get it, man. I can't wait to see these young kids come in. I can't wait to see Ebony's son, Noah. That kid going to come in, be outstanding. Good footwork, great body lean, great leverage, tall kid that played with an aggressive nature, right? Kid that could play a multitude of positions. I personally think I'll say hope. They put him on defense to attack the quarterback. Anytime you can get a great talent and attack the quarterback, it's a plus for the defense. So I'm hoping he come in and coaching them, put him on defense, get him about 10, 15 more pounds, play that outside, put his hand in the dirt, stand up, whatever the case may be, man. That kid is going to be awesome. And I cannot wait to destroy our opposition with young Noah, young linebackers on the roster that's coming up. I'm super excited about it. Joe Willie, what's up with you, bro? How you feeling, man? Roll Tide to you. Roll Tide to you, man. Yeah, I can't wait. It amazes me how fast it's going, though, guys. It amazes me how fast it's going. If you look up right now, man, February is half over. So it'll be here in no time. You see it starting to warm up a little bit. Man, listen. Ebony says, I hope they put him at tight end too. You want to see him on offense, Ebony? Would you like to see Noah on offense? Because he good on offense too, man. I watched his tape and I was like, this kid could play everywhere. I mean, they're gonna fight over this kid. Put him on defense. Put him on offense. Put him on defense. They're gonna have a lot of talks about where to put young Noah because he's a true athlete. Kid can play anywhere. Reminds me a lot of a young high school Will Anderson. Will was the same way. You know, very lean, 225 pounds, right? 6'3.5", 6'4". Very lean kid that was fast, had a quick first step, good hand movement, right? So, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I feel you. I feel you, Ebony. You know, he's that good. That's a whole fact. Wade's World say Sean is the only person who can calm me down when I'm freaking out about Bama. I got you, Wade. I got you, brother. I got you. Don't read the headlines, man. Don't pay it no attention. You know, it does make me angry though, Wade's World, because it's like every time I go online and I see other teams post, one of their columnists or one of their beat writers or one of their podcast people are talking about Alabama, right? Like this Mike Griffith dude Kirby's not worried about Alabama. He's worried about Texas. Boy, please, you worried about that Alabama game. You worried about that Alabama game because you know what's going to happen when you guys come to Alabama, come to Bryant-Denny. You know what's going to happen when you come to BDS. If you don't think the Georgia fans are worried about that game, you're lying to yourself. Now, they may tell you they're not worried, of course, right? That old false courage. They'll tell you that. But trust and believe. They know. They know. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing when I see these guys, though, man. It's like they use Alabama undefeated for clicks and for views, right? They use the name of Alabama to boost eyeballs on their podcast. So don't even let that bother you. Wade's World, don't even let that bother you. We got some talent coming in that they're not going to understand at every position, right? Every position, man. Everybody on Facebook. Facts, Wade's World. It sometimes blows my mind, guys, when I see dudes. It's like you more worried about Alabama losing than your own team winning. Really think about that. You got to be pretty damn discombobulated. You care so much about Alabama that you care more for us losing than your own team winning. I thank God I'm a Bama fan every day and not pathetic like that. That's a whole fact, bro. That's a whole fact. You know what I mean? Roll Tide to the undefeated, man. Jay Townsend says, Noah said that he prefers to play defense when he comes to Bama football on YouTube. I hope that he gets to experiment on both sides, but it's probably not going to happen. You never know, Jay. You know, the kid that's that talented on both sides of the ball, it's a new coaching staff, right? You just never know what's in their minds. I got faith in them that they'll put him where he should be, that he can have a future in this league and the NFL. And, you know, I'm just ready for it, man. They cutting up, ain't they, Trevor Pernilla? They cutting up, man. I love it, though, bro. I love it, man. It's time. It's almost time, man. Think about it. We going live in February on Valentine's Day and all this. It's no football really going on. But when March get here, bro, it's almost here. You're going to smell it in the air, man. Old grass going to start slowly getting green again, buddy. You know what I mean? You're going to smell it in the air, man. It's coming. It's coming. A-Day will be here before you know it. It'll be here before you know it. Then what they going to say? What's up, Carla Bailey? What's up, Carla? How you doing? Then what they gonna say, man? Dr. 334, what they gonna say then, bro? What they gonna say when they see this A-Day? You know what I mean? Charles Savage. All facts, my friend. What they gonna complain about then, Charles? Right? I'm sure they'll find something. They'll find something too, but it's okay. They know just like we know. They're just trying to use this Coach Saban retiring as a way to motivate themselves to believe we won't be good. Notice how they talk about us all the time. We stay on their mind. So it's all good. It's all good. A few weeks, March will be here, right? That's when you'll start seeing a lot of coverage about A-Day. That's when you'll start seeing a lot of coverage about Alabama football. That's when the coverage and the news and young kids and getting these kids on the field and seeing who's going to be in the rotation. I can't wait to see how Coach KD divides the team up. I want to know how he structures his A-Day. Coach Saban would go ones versus ones, twos versus twos. I'm very anxious to see how Coach KD does his. I want to see these young kids. Ronald Thompson. What's up, Ronald? Roll Tide, man. Says Coach Sean, Georgia is dead last in graduating their players. Out of all the schools in the country, Make Griffith need to talk about exactly. And I'm glad you dropped that nugget because I just might leave that in his chat. Like this guy talk about Alabama so much. I'm like, bro, did somebody from Alabama urinate on your porch? Like, what is your problem, bro? Right? Is that Ephraim? Hold up. Let me get Ephraim up here. Shout out to the OG Ephraim, just because it's Bama. Thank you, Ephraim. Another $50 super chat. Ephraim, thank you for that, brother. You setting it off. Thank you for that. Roll Tide to you, man. Blessings to you and your family for that. I speak for us all when we say thank you, Ephraim. Roll Tide, man. Exactly. But you know what, guys? Look at it as a positive. Look at it as a positive. I personally enjoy when they talk about Alabama, right? You know something that makes me just ecstatic? And I got it to Uncle Lou dude about this too, and he couldn't say a word. Couldn't say a word. Do you remember when we the year we didn't make the playoffs? I think it was TCU. We beat Kansas State. TCU ended up losing to Kansas State. They picked TCU and all of that stuff to go 2 years ago. I think it was not last year, but the year before when Georgia destroyed them in the national championship. I tell people all the time, when they picked those 4 teams, they talked about Alabama not making it just as much as they talked about the 4 teams who did. And it was freaking awesome, right? It was freaking awesome. Everybody was mad because they kept talking about Alabama. Why is Alabama not in? All they talked about was Bama. And that tells you why they hate Bama so much. But I personally love it. I'm ecstatic about it, bro. I think we need more hate. Get just a little more. Because if you hate us more, that means you'll talk about us more. And if you talk about us more, that means we'll be on your mind. We'll be on social media. We'll be on TV. Hate us a little bit more. We love it, bro. Right? We love it. We got young talent coming in this year and next year, right? At every position, they've addressed it. The 2025 class is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So it's not stopping. It's not stopping. And I think that's the number one thing that the columnists and the beat writers are mad about, that it's not stopping. You mean Saban retired and they're still recruiting at a high level? Oh, no, they throwing their hats down right now. Trust me. Trust me. They hot. Very, very upset about that. And I personally love it. Every time I get a chance to rub it in on one of these haters, I personally love it. That's why I welcome them. I welcome them in to talk. Come on in, brother. Please hate on Bama. Please hate on Bama. Young talent here. We ready. Kendall Curtis, what's up with you, bro? How you feeling, man? Hope everything going good with you. Cynthia Middleton, what you guys saying? The Wisconsin game is going to be miserable. Let's see. Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, I don't even know how far that is. You right? You know, I used to live in Chicago, but Wisconsin and Madison, Wisconsin, I'm not quite sure how that's going to be. But here's the thing, though, Marvin. It's early in the season, so I don't think it's going to be cold. It's very, very early when we play those guys. I think it's within the first 3-4 games, right? So I think we'll be okay. But don't get it twisted now. Madison is going to be, you know how it is when we play somebody. right? When Bama plays somebody, the whole country show up to watch. Madison, Wisconsin will have a record sellout to play Alabama. Please believe it. You mark my words on this. Madison, Wisconsin will break whatever attendance record they've had in the past when they play Alabama. Mark my words on that. Coach Jay Townsend. What Jay Townsend says, Coach Sean, Alabama ranked second in graduation athletes. Georgia is just like he said. Exactly. I just read that last week. But that should tell parents everything you want to know. That should tell parents everything you want to know, Jay. It really does. And it's pretty despicable, to be honest. Right? Coach Sean, they need help. Marquita says, Coach Sean, they need help. They do. They do, Marquita. They really, really do. Right? But nobody wants to talk about that, though. Right? They'll keep that nice and quiet. I hope all the parents see that, right? The football team's great. Can't take nothing from them. But, if you want to actually get a degree in 4 years, that might not be the school to go to. Ephraim acting up, man. Ephraim, man, what's up with you, Ephraim? Ephraim, you going crazy tonight, Ephraim. Ephraim acting up. Thank you, Ephraim, man. You the man, bro. You the man. Another $50 super chat from the OG himself, Ephraim Davis, man. Thank you, Ephraim. Appreciate you, man. The whole staff, I can promise you, appreciate you for that, man. Roll Tide to you and your family, right? Yeah, they going crazy. They going crazy, Kimberly. They going crazy, but it's okay, because guess what? Spring football is almost here. Spring football is almost here, Tink. It's coming, man. It's coming. February is almost over, and it is almost here. So I can't wait, man. Wade's World said, pissing on at least 3 porches tonight. Hey, I feel you, Wade's World. That's what they act like we do. Like they really act like Alabama has took a urine on their porch, man. They are very, very, very upset. I seen another young man from Ohio State, Jeremy Birmingham or Birmingham, whatever his name is. He was going off about a kid that canceled his visit to Ohio State and said he was going to schedule an official to Alabama. He was going off about it. Why would he want to go to Alabama? And I just wanted to type him, you goof. What do you mean? Why would he want to go to Alabama? Are you serious or are you joking? If you're joking, I'll laugh with you. But if you're serious, allow me to educate you why, right? I was going off in the comment section. I was going off. How dare you hate on Alabama? How dare, right? And Michigan has punked you for 3 years straight. Punked you for 3 years straight on national television, right? What you mean? Why do he want to go to Alabama? Come on, man, stop it. So it's not just a Southern thing, Carla. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Carla? Nicole, it's not just a Southern thing. It's schools from up north even hating on Alabama, right? So it's amazing. It's amazing, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Jay Towns, when they want to hate when football's nice and quiet, right? It's quiet right now. We can't do nothing but talk about it in our chats and compare notes and see what's going on. But guess what? Toe will meet leather for the spring real soon. One more transfer portal will open and close real soon, right? A-Day is coming real soon. The product that we want to put on the field in front of the world is coming real soon. So let them talk. I get excited. You see these young players out there who stayed at Bama, these young players who dominating and getting ready, getting their bodies right, getting their minds right. Man, let's go. Let's go, man. It's okay. Ebony, do y'all have a lot of mosquitoes? Ebony, yes, there are some mosquitoes. I don't know about a lot, but yes, you will have some nice itchy bumps if you're not careful here, right? And it all depends on what part of this state you're in, right? If you're out one night in Tuscaloosa having a good time and everybody outside, you might not even notice any mosquitoes. But if you travel to around a lot of bushes, woods, trees, water, yeah, you're going to experience some nice itchy bumps, right? I think everybody in the chat will tell you that. But it's okay. It's okay, right? Enough vodka will make you forget that you even have them on your skin. Trust me. Trust me. Exactly, man. I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. You know, I say let them hate. Even the Florida State people was talking crazy. I said, man, these people are like, what is it, man? What is it? Somebody that graduated from Alabama must have took y'all girl or took y'all's man, because you are very, very, very downtrodden when it comes to the University of Alabama. But I know what it is, though. I'm going to tell you guys what it is. Sean Williams knows what it is. Dr. 334 knows what it is. Kyle Roll Tide Roll knows what it is. LaQuisha knows what it is. When you put enough belt to ass, you get anger from everyone. Think about all the asses we've whipped in the last 17 years. Tennessee, belt to ass. Florida, belt to ass. Auburn, belt to ass. Ohio State, Clemson, belt to ass. Georgia, belt to ass. So when you put enough B2A, hey man, even enemies become friends, right? Well, we can't beat them. Y'all can't beat them. How about we join together and see what happens? I think it's ecstatically funny, if you ask me. I would want to be nothing else but a Bama fan. Straight up. Straight up, man. I love it. I promise you, Brian, I love it, man. I can't even administer to you, right? I have a Tennessee friend who's a Tennessee fan. Shout out to Sean Williams. His name is Sean Williams as well. And he keeps it real. I will say he keeps it real. He keeps it real. He'll tell me, we hate y'all. We hate y'all because y'all always winning. I personally love it when he says that. It just makes my day. It does, guys. I won't even lie to you. I won't even lie to you, man. It's crazy. Marvin Waffle House. He must be responding to Ebony, who was watching the Natty at Coach Sean. Who, hey man, y'all can come over here. I would love for y'all to come over here, man. You know, I got just a little humble abode. I ain't got but what, 1690. But man, I would love for y'all to come over here. Y'all could come here. Man, we'll grill out, we'll kick it, we'll celebrate. Man, we'll make these Auburn fans on my block extremely upset. That would be my goal. Man, I would love for you guys to come through and kick it with your boy. Marvin Waffle House. Say them ticks would eat you up too. Had one crawl on my belly button one time, but gave me the. Now, Marvin, I will say now, Ebony, I don't know about ticks, but where I live at here in Madison, I don't see too many ticks. I'm afraid of wildlife. I just be the one to tell you, I'm not a country guy. Chickens, birds, snakes, deers, rabbits, coyotes, I don't do those things. I'm excessively afraid of those things. I believe in how can I say this online without saying it? I believe if I see a coyote in my yard, because I keep hearing about these coyotes, I do believe in firearms, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of the goats, chickens, snakes. I'm afraid of all that. Deer meat, I'm scared of it, right? My partner, he cooked some deer meat. His name is Blake. He cooked me some or whatever they do to deer meat, they dry it out or something. I tried it and it was so salty. Listen to me. I might as well went to the store, bought the salt with the little girl with the yellow jacket on the rain. I don't know what the name of it is. Whatever the name of the salt, the little girl on it with the rain, and just poured it in my mouth. I might as well have done that. Right? It was so damn salty. I said I'll never put nothing in my mouth. He said it was Dale salt. So, you know, I don't know much about it, right? But yeah, I think parts of our state do have that kind of thing. Up here where me and Marquita and them live at, it ain't that bad. It's not too much like that, right? But there are some places up here where, you know, there are some places where you can find those things. Like me personally, I don't like the wasps and the hornets and all that kind of stuff. I'm allergic to those things. So if I get stung in my hand, my whole face swell up, you know. So yeah, I can't do that stuff, bro. Yeah, Marquise up here by me. She's not far from me at all, for real. John M says, let me see, John M says, deer meat is good. I'm a New York cat. Come on, son. Yeah, hey, but John M, I keep hearing you got to make that right though. Maybe I don't think I've ate some that was made right. I've always been told you got to make that kind of meat. You got to know what you're doing, John. And I think the guys that gave me, some of them didn't know what the hell they were doing. It was wild. You know, they had that gutty kind of, I can't explain it, but I was just like, what the hell is this? Right? Maybe I got to find somebody, John, that know what they're doing, because I don't think the guys that gave it to me knew what they were doing. Right? It was so, I'm sorry, not deer jerky. That's what it was, jerky. It was salty. Man, it was so salty, bro. Woo. Trying to give me high blood pressure off one piece. Cal Roll Tide Roll says deer ground meat, deer ribs. Deer ribs? You can make ribs out of deer? Bro, y'all teaching me something. No lie. Y'all teaching me something for sure. Vision sausage is bomb. What is that, Eric B? Vision sausage? The hell's that? Vision sausage? I'm with trying new things, man, but good night. Yeah, Janet, that's what I was trying to say, Janet. It's gamey. That's the word I was trying to find, Janet. Gamey. It was really gamey tasting. And they just, was that Ephraim? That's what I was trying to say, Janet. Gamey tasting. Ephraim going crazy, man. Ephraim, what you doing? Ephraim said, acting up again. Shout out to Ephraim, man. Ephraim is losing his mind tonight. He going crazy. He turned up tonight. Ephraim, roll tide to you, my friend. Shout out to you, man. That's from the whole staff. That's not just that's from me. That's from the whole staff, man. Thank you for that effort, man. You acting up tonight, brother. Roll tide to you for sure, brother. Thank you. That's from the entire staff, man. Right? I hope you guys come to A-Day, man, so I can try some of these stuff, some of these things. Ephraim, you eat deer meat? I gotta try some. I ate deer jerky. That's what it was, deer jerky. And they like to kill me, man. You know what I'm saying? Trapreneur says the cigar lounge on County Line. I heard about the one on County Line, man. I hadn't been there because that smoke be killing me, bro. I know it's not like that in the cigar bar, but that smoke just be doing something to me, bro. For sure. Right? But I am gonna try that new on Highway 72. It's a new, I forgot that new sports bar, man. It's right there by where the Chick-fil-A at. It's in that little what is that called over there? Not Town Madison, but it's called man, I forgot what it's called, man. It's not obviously it's not Mid City. It's something Midtown. Is that it called Midtown? It's right there across from Target. It's that new sports bar, man. I'm definitely gonna try that. I love a good sports bar, man. Right? Exactly, Jay Townsend. Exactly. Ephraim cutting up, ain't he? Jay, he cutting up, man. Ephraim is, hey, he stayed down, man. It's an OG too. You guys are the OGs of the undefeated, man. I'll tell all the Bama fans this. When you see these guys talk about Alabama and go on their platforms and talk about Alabama, it used to make me mad too, because I used to wonder, what is it about Bama that would keep people just hating on us? I would always wonder that, right? I would always wonder, what is it that made you come on your live stream and want to do a whole live about Alabama? I would never do a whole live about Auburn, Tennessee, whoever else, right? I do understand now. Cal made me understand it's about clicks and views, man. So they talk about Alabama because they know we'll show up. Now you got their own fans in their chat. You got Bama fans in their chat going at it, whatever the case may be. And guess who benefits from that? The person who come out with the actual content. So that's why they do it. That's why they do it, man. That's why I don't even click on it no more. Right? Somebody's walk-ons. That's it, Travelpreneur. Yeah, walk-ons. That's it. I'm definitely gonna check that out, man. Have you guys been there? Marquis the Travelpreneur, have you guys been there? I definitely want to try that one, man. For real. Yeah, Cliff Farms. That's it. Cliff Farms. Yeah. We got so many places up here in Huntsville and Madison to go. Now we got Midtown. Well, excuse me, Mid City. Right over there. You got Dave and Buster's over there. You got Top Golf over there. Man, you got all this stuff over there. You got Mark Wahlberg got a burger place over there called Wahlburgers. Man, they got all type of stuff over there, man. Then you got Toyota Field. You know, I stay not far from that, so I'm constantly over here at. You got so many different little places to drink over there. What is it on the expeditions? Extraditions, whatever it's called. Man, they got so much stuff over there, guys. They got so many apartments, so many houses, so many people. It's crazy over here. I promise y'all. If you guys are ever in North Alabama, please stop by the Huntsville, Madison area. It's so much popping up here right now. I promise you it is. It's crazy. A lot of Bama fans up here, right? A lot of Bama parties, a lot of Bama bars. Man, it's crazy. I promise you, Kimberly, you already know. A lot of things to do. Florence people, and Nicole, you already know. A lot of Florence people come down to party on the weekend and on a Saturday night. You know, it's just a good place to be, man. You know, it really, really is. You know, a lot of Bama fans. I meet a lot of Bama fans, you know, from all different places. Even Coach J. Coach J is from Buffalo, right? Buffalo, New York. Real Bama fan. So it makes me feel good to know Bama fans are all across the world like that. That is crazy. So that's why I don't even get upset no more, guys. I don't even get upset when they talk bad about us because it's about Bama. It's about us. It don't matter what they say, right? Spring football is coming, so it's going to be so much more Bama content, right? It's me, Marvin. What happened, Marvin? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, right? I love staying up here. I won't even lie to you. Now, the traffic is ridiculous, and I'm sure Marquita and Traverpreneur and Nicole and everybody around this area can tell you the traffic is stupid. I'm talking about from Huntsville back to Athens. It's crazy. The traffic is, they're going to have to do something with the infrastructure because it's so much traffic. Jeff Horn has a good question. Jeff says, Sean, any knows on the offensive line coach what happened to Will Johnson and the D-line from Michigan, not in the portal? Exactly. Listen, Jeff, you took the words right out of my mouth on that one, man. I have been digging deep, even talking to my partner who's on staff there about the offensive line coach. And all he's told me is they've had several guys in. They've interviewed several guys. They've talked to several guys. And I mean a plethora of guys. So they have the means and the resources to pick an offensive line candidate. And I would love to ask him. I didn't ask him this, and he might be watching, like, what the hell's taking so long? Spring is coming, right? Is that rain? Man, it's rain out there, Marquita. It's crazy. I would love to ask him what's taking so long, guy. We do need to get that guy in place and you know, try to get something going. So I hadn't heard nothing else about the O-line coach. And as far as those other young men, I agree 1,000%. I don't know what happened to. I thought those guys were in the portal. I don't know what happened. I don't know, man. It's nice and quiet right now. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you. I'm gonna shut this down here in about another 5 minutes. I don't want to be on too long. Kyle will cut the cord on me. Terrence Machiavelli says, Coach, you called FSU leaving. What's up, baby? My beautiful daughter in here. Daddy, what's taking so long? I ain't gonna tell on you, baby. I ain't gonna tell on you. Coach, so Terrence, what are you saying? Coach, you called FSU leaving? I don't understand, Terrence. Leave it down in the chat if you will again, Terrence, and I'll try to answer your question for you if you can. Dr. Pepper Shake from Whataburger. Dr. Plain say Dr. Pepper Shake from Whataburger. I don't like this Whataburger up here, Dr. Plain. I like the one in Birmingham, like going to Birmingham. This one up here, man, I don't like it, man. I don't like it, bro. Yeah, hey, Nicole, she look, she right here beside me, man. You know what I'm saying? OGQ 3000. Hey, man, OGQ, they might as well put it up here. All we gonna do is drive to Tennessee and get it anyway, right? It's just like alcohol years ago, right? You might as well let every county be wet. That way, we can stop making Tennessee the biggest state, right? I can remember, some of you probably don't remember, but I remember the days when Birmingham and Nashville wasn't that far apart. Nashville was always a little bit ahead of Birmingham, but now, man, you can't even compare them. Birmingham sucks, man. I like Birmingham, don't get me wrong, but it's just nothing there anymore. It's nothing there. A lot of businesses are leaving Birmingham, moving out to the suburbs. All we've done is feed Tennessee and make Tennessee rich. So if they want to keep the money in the schools, keep the money in the state, it kind of sucks that you got to do this, but either keep up with the Joneses or get left behind. So yeah, you might be right. You might be right. I don't know that for a fact, but you might be right, Q. All facts, man. Travis Vanessa boy say, look, we need the lottery so I can do DraftKings. Stop driving to Tennessee, putting your picks in. Man, everybody do that, man. Facts. All facts, Travis. All facts, bro. You know. Yeah, man. All facts. FanDuel as well, right? Nicole said all the Birmingham hotels downtown are old as hell. Yeah, man. And look, don't go down there on Classic. You know, that's my thing, Classic. You know, me and my brothers, man, that's my thing. They want to charge an arm and a leg, man, for that. So yeah, that's all right. I heard you can't get alcohol on Sunday. Yes, you can, Ebony. You can get alcohol here on Sunday. Just gotta know where to go. You definitely can get alcohol on Sundays. That's a whole fact. Trust and believe that. Prize Picks and Cool. In Huntsville, Ebony, you can. Definitely, Nicole. You definitely can. So listen, guys. Ephraim, thank you again, bro. Thank you again, man. We might have to shut it down. Mia, come say bye to the chat, man. Okay. This is my daughter. She about to tell y'all bye. Tink, you already know.
I'm taking your earbud.
How you gonna take my earbud, man?
Sorry. I mean, yeah. Bye, guys.
Say roll tide.
Roll tide.
Can I see your face? Can I see your face? Can I see your face?
No. Yes, now they can.
Roll tide, guys. Let me close it out, baby.
Follow.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow. Let me close it out, baby. All right, baby girl. Hold on. Yeah, that's my little one right there, guys. That's the one that keep me sane, bro. When all these crazy trolls come in here talking crazy, man. Janet said roll tide, Mia. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Janet be doing good stuff. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate you. Undefeated. Love you guys, man. You guys are awesome, bro. You guys are why we do this. Yeah. You guys are why we do this. So for Kyle, for Coach Jay, for Ty, for my man Ty Hayes, for Coach Smoot, for Lady T Taylor, and for Merrill, right? I want to say roll tide to you all. You guys are awesome. You guys are why we do this, man. Stay undefeated because you guys are undefeated. Thank you, Pink. I appreciate you, my friend. Ephraim, I thank you, bro. You've been acting up tonight, man. You the man, bro. Roll tide to you all, man. Y'all tap in with us tomorrow. We're going to be back live tomorrow doing what we do. And shout out to undefeated. You guys be safe, man. Whatever you're doing tonight at home, chilling, going somewhere, just be safe, man. Be safe. Be blessed, and roll tide to the entire undefeated, man. Love you guys to death.